Onward, yes.
Yeah.
Onward was good.
Onward the Hedgehog.
I'm saying that's why I said
Hello, everybody.
one of the
Onward
last.
was okay.
Onward the Hedgehog.
Don't fight me about Onward. I will fight you.
I feel like Onward should have just been direct to video.
Which it was 2 weeks after it released in theaters.
I will fight you about
Well.
Onward. Let's not get into this. I will fight you.
Was Onward good or bad Andromeda?
It was so good.
Let's have a
I didn't
fight.
see it.
It was
so.
mediocre.
Jebby!
Just like most Pixar movies nowadays.
Like most Pixar movies nowadays, it was kind of mediocre. It was
You're
very
mediocre.
predictable.
Welcome
We're
to
talking
Vampire at the
to-
Disco.
We're talking to a Disney worker. You can't get anything past them.
That's
Right.
true,
They're the Lululemon of entertainment fields.
Now VW and Jackson are gonna get into a fight. Anyway,
Hey, VW is the only person who can fucking stand Jackson, so...
If Jackson has a fight with VW,
It's all
then
over.
there's
It's all over.
it's gonna be sad for
Lose a
Jackson.
point of humanity just
Hey,
fucking-
Jackson's the only person who kind of likes me. Like, the other two just tolerate me, so you know.
Which is
Wait.
funny, considering I hate single mothers as a character flaw.
But VW, you should try to stay away from the lower.
Oh,
part,
Caleb,
you know?
we knew. We always know.
Okay. Alright.
There's
Yeah.
always if I'm coding the conversation, I definitely am. We've already swapped over. If I code the conversation, we've already
Yeah.
swapped over.
We already know, we just don't give a shit about our audience.
they
We have an audience?
holy crap!
Yes,
Yes.
I'm one of them. How
Yes.
dare you?
Caleb is very invested in our VTM story for sure.
Am I?
Well,
I
let's,
feel like
Are there?
you have opinions about our VTM story, and as far as I'm
I have
concerned,
opinions about a lot of things.
as far as I'm concerned, that's investment.
I mean, Caleb doesn't even know about Church of Saint Leonardo or whatever the fuck, so...
Yes, I do.
Hey everybody,
Mario.
it's time. We've swapped over. It's Friday, which means it's time for our game. I'm not gonna belabor the whole situation any longer because I know that we have a lot of stuff that we're gonna go through. Because hey, look at that, we got an extra person here. Who are you?
Who are you?
I don't even know anymore.
Anyway, I'm gonna hand it over to Julian, and maybe Julian can sort this out for us.
Lord knows I will try. But first, I will start off by saying, hi guys, welcome to the game. We are going to be playing Vampire exclamation point at the Disco.
I like how
Our
we describe it
1970.
that way.
I'm sorry, what?
I said I like how we say that now.
As the beginning of every single.
Vampire exclamation point at the Disco.
I'd prefer if you just, like, inflect, like, Vampire! At the disco.
Guys, I can solve this. Let me just go subscribe to Brendan Urie and get all his emotes, and then we can just put it.
Perfect.
Perfect. Yes. Go
Or
on.
it could be like vampire at the disco.
Anyway.
Somebody fucking tweet that some bitch. Let's get him to rate us.
Fuck, I would physically ascend.
What else is he doing during quarantine?
Right?
I'd be very
Getting off
uncomfortable
topic.
if we had a
Covering Frozen 2 songs.
Lord knows I would love it if it happened. Anyway,
I'd be
Vampire
very uncomfortable
exclamation
with the
point
idea.
at the Disco is our 1970s VTM 5th edition game. Jesse, do you have something else you need to say? Can I please?
No, I can't even understand what Jesse's saying, but I do love the very quiet muttering that happens behind all of this.
I don't know what Jesse's saying, but I do know that it's sassy.
We're never getting to the session.
Anyway, I'm done.
Okay. Vampire exclamation point at the
So you're
Disco. I hate all of you. It's
I didn't think of you,
VTM.
it's alright.
Vampire at the Disco, where bad things happen and our players make horrible life choices by like not letting the session start.
Are you loving this, like, presidential debate energy we've got going on right now?
No.
If I had the
Mr. Storyteller, can I please ask my question?
if I had the ability to mute you all, I would.
Hey, it didn't
Anyway.
work for the real debate.
Cool. Yeah, you're right. Anyway, guys, for who are in the audience, just so you know, as a heads up, BTM is feral. A lot of bad, awful, dark topics happen and themes. We, as a group, we try to use safety tools and whatnot, like content warnings, to ensure that both the players and audience both feel safe. I don't expect anything too wild to happen, but we do have a second Malkavian in the group. Spoiler alert.
Oh well.
So that might change. We'll see how things kind of go. But first things first, let's actually start off with our guest. And I will ask you, sir, who are you playing? Who are you? What clan are they? And do they like to dance? If so, what kind?
Hello there, my name is Kaleb Wade of Crown Doom to present Gilded the Phoenix. I will be playing Oliska Antonov. They are a Malkavian, and or he is a Malkavian, and he does like to dance. He you know, it likes a nice little waltz, you know, just a little charming thing to some 50s music, you know.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I thank you, Kaleb, for being here and dealing with our chaotic energy. Nothing has changed since Halo Effect. Everyone is still in various levels of...
Nothing has also changed from the Immortal Odyssey.
Yeah, you're right. But now you have Andromeda to contend with, so we'll see how that goes. Speaking of Andromeda, hey, who are you playing? What clan are they, and do they like to dance?
I don't know why you asked them, but hi, my name's Michael. No, sorry, please, go ahead.
I'm saving the best for last.
I like that bit.
And why are you
Then you
talking
should
about
have
it
saved
now?
me.
Wow, well, shit.
Hi, I'm Andromeda. I play VW. She's a Tremere. She likes dancing and going out to clubs. Michael.
Jesus, Jesse.
What
Awesome.
kind of fucking dancing? You doing salsa?
Yeah.
You doing cha-cha?
I hate it here. I don't know, like club dancing or some shit. I literally look
Are
this
you
up all
doing
day.
Irish
Find
dancing?
What's
A
going on?
Viennese waltz.
That is just for fan in the audience.
Was Fen here? What the fuck are you doing? Get out while you can, my guy.
I myself cannot dance.
No,
so I
stay. We
don't-
need a boost in views.
He's here for me.
Aw. Well,
Hi, fan.
thank you, Andromeda. We'll probably see how VW dances. I hope she's wearing shoes. Anyway, Var.
I'm seething already, just from the single comment. Hi, I'm Mara. I play Vanessa, who should be seething a little, because she's a bruja. And she doesn't like to dance out in, like, public, because she thinks she'll look stupid.
So a self-conscious
my own heart.
dancer. I feel the same way. I don't like dancing in public either. I feel very self-conscious about that stuff. Unless it is in a nightclub setting, then I feel like the darkness kind of hides how I actually dance.
You just blend into the
I
dark.
blend into the mosh of people. I am very excited to see how Vanessa deals with security detail. I'll say that. Well, I was gonna go to Jesse, but I guess Michael's not last now, so
Everyone's leaving. Oh my god.
Michael,
We're
you're...
going on break already?
Yeah, I know, right? Michael, please. Well, I
You
guess...
didn't even get out of frame. That didn't even work.
I'm a big person, and my headphone cords are not that long. So, my name is Michael. I play Jackson Preen, the Vampire Queen, the Peacock of Glamrock, Shepherd of Sin, and I haven't thought of anything else yet. He's a...
Something about
I was
werewolves.
gonna say Malkavian. Oh yeah, something about werewolves. I was gonna say Malkavian, but that's not fucking right. He's a I almost said Tremere. He's a Toreador, who is now the proud owner of the fucking most hip hoppinest club in all of.
In the middle of the fish market.
Yeah, in the middle of the worst part of downtown London.
I wouldn't say it's the worst part, even at this point in time, but it's still pretty. Camden Market's still pretty, also pretty rural.
Yeah, but he doesn't really care much about dancing. He likes to strut about the stage.
Oh, okay. I swear to God, the cat's gonna bite me on the foot.
It's more just like powerful walking and then posing.
like a peacock.
It's
I
called
don't know where you're getting
strutting.
that fucking comparison from.
I don't know. It just came to mind. Anyway, I look forward to one particular conversation Jackson's going to have without saying too much of what it's going to be.
What fucking conversation am I meant to have?
Gonna be great.
You're gonna
Anyway,
speak to the ghost.
Jesse.
Easy.
Hey, I am Jesse, and I'm playing Fitz, who is the original Malkavian of the group, but it's okay. We can have two. Double dipping is fun.
According to Michael, there's 3 now.
I accidentally almost said I was a Malkavian, so I think it's spreading.
Oh, that's not how that works.
We're not socially distancing.
I play the other Malkavian of this story, and the Fitz don't dance.
No, he
And
didn't.
if he don't dance, then he's no friend of mine.
Am I gonna be the only person dancing in this fucking club?
Probably. I'm gonna be working security details. So like,
Alaska waltzes.
You don't waltz at a disco.
Yes, you do.
Very sexily.
Alaska dances to the beat of own drum.
Own drum.
Okay.
Alaska only does the mamushka with extended members of his family.
Jesus. Okay.
I don't have any family.
Well, not since the incident.
Not yet.
Is
that's the
there?
incident.
I'm reminded of Adam's Family.
That was the Adam.
Okay,
That was
an
Adam's
Adam's
family
Family
joke.
reference. Okay, I was making sure.
Well,
Go ahead, Julian.
go ahead, storyteller. Tell your story or
Come
something.
on, narrator. Bring it
don't-
home, motherfucker.
I am gonna start with the narrator because that's what we do with this game. For
I
those-
hope you enjoy the narrator, by the way, Caleb. We all love them.
Love, hate them on various degrees.
Now we have to talk about the disco. Jackson Preen's a little fairy boy, and I hate his guts.
No!
VW
Can't
doesn't wear
believe-
any shoes, and Vanessa's a raging alcoholic. But we learned that later.
Can't breathe for myself.
I'm not allowed to run my own game, apparently. But no, that's a good impression, I'll say that. But anyway, yes, let us please,
Nice glimpse into the future.
let us please jump in with the narrator. I can't say. No, I can't do it because Michael made fun of me. No, I'm kidding. I can't say.
I'm not making fun of you. It was Gary Sinise, who I keep confusing with Christian Slater.
Oh, okay. I can't say that I liked what happened after Cannock Chase. It was less of a beginning and more of a beginning of a shitstorm. VW, in her desperate need to have familial bonds or some shit, went around and somehow convinced one fleabagged to start a whole werewolf in London situation. While the head of her decapitated sister sat in the back trunk.
Yeah, it was kind of weird and fucked up.
With even less room in the car and tensions running high, Vanessa had to present her kill to the Hunt Club and went about it making a fucking scene to the Count there. Not that he ever gave a shit about that sort of thing. As long as you're, useful, I guess you can stay on your 2 feet. Shut the fuck up, cat.
Does he own a cat?
No, there are no animals here. Now
It's a ghost cat, and its name is Shiggles.
Shiggles. Ugh.
Shiggles!
I don't like that. That should be a nickname for Gerald.
Cat, the ghosty boy.
Now, Jackson Queen Plastic Vanity had a lot of bookkeeping. It's always the problem when you're the Toreador and you have so many adoring and loathing fans. On the way to check the fucking werewolf into a private room at a hotel. Great idea, by the way. He played nice with his bandmates and plucked a new herd member out from the death pit and put it up on a pedestal. I'd say it was sweet, but... well, fuck. You know how this shit goes. And lastly, we have Fitz. The one that you're interested about. I can't say I know much about what happened.
Wait, pause, rewind, and say that sentence one more time, please.
No. Fitz-
While I wrap a red piece of yarn around this particular statement.
Fitzy came back all mum about what happened in Paris, which drove Jackson up a wall, considering that he had to find a last-minute place to rest for the day. I heard he wouldn't stop bitching and moaning for a week. As far as I can gather, Fitzy hasn't gone back to the Church of St. Gabriel since. Probably better that way. Priests who think they can save either us end up one of 2 ways, dead or undead. That's all I can tell you. The future is a bitch, and one that doesn't like putting out easily.
What do you maybe?
So they're a kindred.
Hey, Real Life Unicorn Red Shirt Cult is disappointed but donated $15 for a positive interference regardless.
Oh.
Shut up,
Okay.
unicorn. Shut up.
Said positive. Don't tell them to shut up, you
Shut
fool.
up. Thank you for your donation. Fuck you.
Yeah, I was gonna say Real Life Unicorn might make it a negative one now, but
I'm the one with the little band of red on my wrist, on my hand.
hey guys, I'm not done. There's a pop of sound of a button being flipped over, and we see a recorder having finished its session. The camera unfocuses past the device on the clawed up wooden surface and reveals a man sitting across the table.
Christian Slater?
Kaleb, please describe how Aleska looks.
Oh boy. Alaska is about, I'd say, 5'8", 5'7". Sort of like wavy brown hair that goes just past his chin. Very charming eyes, a sly grin, and just a patient demeanor. It's clear that he is Eastern European, but that's sort of, well, you can probably tell that with his accent.
He also
And I
wears
think-
that big furry hat. That's how you know he's Eastern European.
No.
He's a hammer and a sickle
I
in
think
his
that's all.
back pocket.
Okay, cool. The camera pans back away from this very calm face, and it exposes a room that is pitch black outside of a singular light that shows where the Malkavian is sitting and the recording device that has since been turned off. I'd probably make your way to the Bloody Baron. He's expecting you.
I would imagine. Thank you for the information. It was rather enlightening.
I call it a shit sitcom. Go on. And with a pop of synthetic light emerging from the door behind you, Aleska, you make your way out from the dusty darkness.
Look at Andromeda's face.
And now Andromeda's
There's
very
never
mad
been
at
so
me.
much baby rage.
There's never been so much salt. Like, who is he?
Now someone knows who the narrator is. Someone has met the narrator. That's not one of you fucks. You chuckleheads.
It's a good thing I won't ever guess again.
You don't know. Maybe in
If
the
VW
future.
drinks Aleska dry, does she get like his memories, or how
She
does that
can
work?
certainly try.
She can try.
I mean, Alaska might like take over their mind, but
Hey,
Yeah.
Okay,
No,
then we can
that's
ask him
something
later.
to worry about for me.
I don't think
Like,
Alaska wants to be in a shoeless hippie's body.
with a layer of callus and tar.
Where'd the fucking tar come from?
I don't know. Apparently, Var is making up machinations.
No, like it's pitch black because she walks on literally any surface and it's so fucking dirty. It looks like they stepped in tar.
Oh, the feet. I thought you meant her whole body. I'm like, did she like fall into
Vanessa
a
just
vat?
been tarred. Vanessa's just tarring and feathering VW. Anyway, Aleska, you were summoned here for a very specific purpose. I'm gonna change my little layout here, so that way I don't look like I'm talking into the void. All right. To call you out of the still cooler lands of Eastern Europe to London begs that something is afoot. The stars are unaligning, or that some sort of catastrophe is on the horizon. You're not sure which. But if that were the case, the tangled web your clan has begun to call the network has been despondently quiet lately. The influences of your kind from the then and now have had very little to offer outside of making use of your disciplines. And as someone who prides himself as a spirit guide to those who need it, this has been troubling for you. And so you went. The conversation leading you through the dark halls with Louis Allard were as they always have been, lighthearted while leading to something greater than the both of you waiting in the wings. And with this talk about 2 pillars and how he feels like this might be the time, begs to leave you with more questions and answers as you were escorted inside a space for the Baron. There you see a stone room of simplicity, something far different than what you're used to in dealing with the Baron of London. In recent years, he's been paying mind to the spiritualist movement that's gone in full swing since the 1960s, bringing back old magics with a modern flair. No, before you is a war table, or you assume to be a war table of sorts, lit by candlelight and the night sky, judging by the cityscape beyond the tall kindred with the silvery hair and luminescent eyes. Counting gives a careful smile and gestures a black-ringed hand for you, Aleska, to sit within the single chair on the opposing side of the table. He then addresses a rather old scroll and a notepad that's filled beside it. Mr. Antonov, please make yourself comfortable, for I dare say we will not have it long. Do you sit?
Of course I do.
Okay.
Shackles close around your wrists. The bottom of the chair falls out.
He sets a hand down onto the war table, and he gestures back to the scroll. And he'll say, "A new coterie that's formed in London has come upon this from King's College, perfectly poised and placed. As all of the animals lose their goddamn minds. I would like for you to look over the scroll and the subsequent notes that I've already jotted down in the past subsequent months." Oh my god, the animals are literally losing their minds right now. Aleska, I would love for you to be the first roll of the night by rolling an occult plus intelligence with your specialty in Nautism at a difficulty 2.
Okay, I have not used Roll20 with this system.
So you want to click on the skill first, and then it'll bring up a little drop-down menu to select the attribute in question, or the trait in question, and then the next one will be a modifier. So then you add your specialty modifier, which is a +1.
And it was intelligence academics or intelligence occult?
Occult.
Okay.
Wits and wages.
Not wits and wages.
No, not wits and wages yet.
All right. Okay. So, click on the skill itself.
Click on the skill,
Yes,
the
click on
dice,
the
the dice
itself.
that's next to the skill,
So
Cool.
click on the occult skill.
and then it's going to ask you what trait you'd like to use with it.
So pair
Intelligence.
with
And then when you press OK, it's going to ask how many modifiers you're going to add. So you're going to add a +1 modifier for your specialty. Select, press OK, and it should roll it. That doesn't sound right.
You rolled. How is that possible? You rolled 0 dice.
You rolled 0 dice.
What? That's weird.
Okay, let me look at your character sheet real quick.
I have it open. Look, I do have dice and whatnot.
Okay. Let me see if I can try to roll it. So intelligence 1. There you go. Maybe there was something weird with the modifier. It should work though.
Oh, I did add a plus instead of.
Okay, that's probably
Just add the 1.
Yeah, just add the
Cool,
1 next time. So you got more than enough successes. Now you're gonna get a lot of information that everyone is gonna be really mad about because they don't have it.
Andromeda, take notes. We'll have it anyway.
All right, let's go.
In the metaverse.
The best kind of information is the meta information that you pretend like your characters don't know, but you find a way to work it in.
I'm sure that Aleska will probably tell you guys if you're good. But
Thanks for
Aleska,
nice to me.
if you're super nice to your new friend, or your cousin, I should say. Aleska.
Nico, let's go bowling.
If Nikolai will just show up somewhere, you guys will have a nice Eastern European party between the 3 of you. Anyway,
We'll drive Roman. We'll drive Roman off a cliff and then have to pick him up in the hospital.
All right, Aleska, you're already familiar with the Book of Nod. Ever since you found out about Beckett's assembled pieces, you dove right in to gain a better understanding of where you and your cousins might have come from.
Beckett.
This scroll and notes before you tell a very unique tale. Before you is what is called the Book of Enoch. You soon find out that this collection of accounts is not entirely that of apocryphal messages or from that of the Book of Nod, but it feels like a combination of the two. Written under the lens of Proto-Inquisition members and reinterpreted into this scroll, you gain the following tidbits of knowledge. According to these writings, the 13 ancient tablets were presented to the foundation of the Inquisition by none other than Enoch himself. Though what sticks out to you the most... Oh my god, Thace, please stop your moaning in the background.
It's not Thace, it's the children of the night.
Yes, that.
Oh.
It is the Jaguar.
The Jaguar, I mean, sure. Though what sticks out to you the most is that these Proto-Inquisition members appear to be the first to proclaim that Enoch was not a man nor a kindred, but a man who had since ascended to become God's earpiece. Alaska, are you listening?
Yes, I am. So sorry, my
Okay,
boyfriend.
That's
Yeah,
fine.
sorry.
Getting alcohol. I just want to make sure that you didn't take both earphones off.
Oh no, of course not.
Okay. Metatron. Very different from the Enoch that you know that was reported to have been killed alongside Zillah and Irad, the first withstanding childer of Cain. And yet, with the origins, seem to be the same between the two written accounts you've become familiar with. What you ultimately find out is that for all the Inquisition somehow had knowledge of the legacy of Cain long before the kindred had compiled accounts, and that they have a very different interpretation of how Gehenna is supposed to happen. There are some similarities between what kindred and man believe to be close to the end of days, that dark powers will rule over man with an iron fist, and that something called the Watchers will run blood into the streets. You assume these to be kindred. The Inquisition speaks on dismantling power where it will gather to allow other lesser kindred to claim control, to let weaker kindred survive to beget further weaker kindred to thin the blood, and that they will be the ones to beget the daughter of Eve with the mark of the moon upon her, and that they'll temper her as Esther was, providing if the following conditions are met. And those conditions are: mark the sons of God who were split. Mark the beast whose call will be heard by all. Mark the maiden of the night who weeps upon the Lord of the day. Mark upon the guardian of the clanness who will rule. Then, and only then, will the Watchers begin to fall, and that Enoch will return with the final vision of what fate is to come of the righteous. And that is what you take in.
And it's probably clear as mud.
As I take all that information in and I look over the notes that the Baron has given me, has he made the same connections?
A lot of the notes that you're kind of cross-comparing are definitely his own interpretations of like what the writing was in the scroll. And
This is the King James version of the scroll.
well, this is already the King James version of the scroll. The original version of the scroll was probably on tablets somewhere.
Oh, so this is the extreme teen scroll.
Yes.
Michael, stop it.
But you will,
you're reading 12-year-old me.
But what you will see is that when you get to the mark of X, that there is a circle around it. And Conan, who was very patient, in allowing you to read things over at your leisure, is kind of facing a large set of windows that's overlooking the cityscape of London. And he will say, as much as the prophecies come as frequently as the next, my interest is piqued with this new coterie that has been formed.
I don't know why.
I suppose that you've heard things before you came? His head kind of briefly tips in your direction.
Yeah, my friend so-and-so.
Here and there. My Baron.
Oh, good. And his head kind of tips back to look towards the cityscape.
Does this trouble you, my Baron?
It interests me. I would love for you to visit this coterie that's just formed. They are going to have a celebration of sorts.
It's called a grand opening, Grandpa.
What kind of celebration?
They're going to stand outside a warehouse with big scissors and cut a velvet rope.
He forces a sigh, and he will say, they have a newly refurbished haven, and I would not judge them too harshly for the direction that has been taken. It was Hana's idea.
Interesting.
I would love for you to see if there's any sort of promise to this prophecy.
And this coterie. And Alaska kind of just leans back in his seat for a moment, as if considering his words. What if I break them?
Then the prophecy is no more. Until the next.
I would question your direction, my Baron, but if you wish to call me of all kindred, this must be dire.
As I said, there may not be much time left to sit in simple pleasures.
And I will have to see how they do while attempting to sit in such simple pleasures. And Alaska will stand and take a bow. Where may I find them, my Baron?
He turns towards you and kind of gives you a small smile at the bow. And he'll say, you will find them at the Camden markets. For, yet again, it is a Toreador's vision to see where promise is. I do not question Hana and the location, for it must hold something.
Is there any of this coterie I should pay special attention to?
No.
I believe that you will make that choice when you see them.
I understand.
Preferably no.
He cracks another smile and he just gestures to the door. See them the next night.
Good evening, my Baron.
There's no one.
And Alaska leaves.
There's no one really interesting in the coterie, actually. They're all quite boring.
Yes. And Andromeda?
Andromeda's pointing at me.
Oh, okay.
In accordance to the overlay, not necessarily to the Zoom call overlay.
Well, it's working that way for the Zoom call for me. That's why I was confused. But anyway, so you head off, Alaska, as you exit the chamber. Louis
Of secrets.
of secrets. Louis is nowhere to be found, and you are free to rejoin your cult, your herd, and wait until the next night. Now.
It's a literal herd of sheep.
Anyway, everybody else, it has been a long 4 months.
Hell yeah!
Since we've
It's
last
Christmas!
seen the Coterie, and there's a black
It's
cat
been a
here.
what now?
It's been 1 week since you did me.
It's been
Anyway,
4 months.
it's been 4 months. And you've all finally had the chance to become familiar and perhaps even comfortable in your state of unlife. I'd like to ask you guys if there is anything you wanted to specifically address over the course of this time. And we do a few pocket scenes as necessary. Now, pocket scenes, as I've kind of dubbed, I don't know if it's actually a term, they're short scenes. Because Lord knows once we get to the actual disco that there'll be a whole bunch.
You mean a vignette?
But I like pocket scene. It sounds more cozy.
Scene.
It depends on your tax bracket.
I guess so. Yeah. But yes, it is a vignette for
We
live.
can't all afford to have grown up on Martha's Vignette.
You know, I had an option to go to Martha's Vineyard once, and I didn't want to go. Anyway,
It's pronounced Vineyard.
Vineyard. Vanessa, let's start with you. Okay?
What?
Let's start with you, Vanessa.
What?
Because yours within the span of the 4 months happens the soonest.
Okay.
After your first initial conversation with Reason and letting her know about the Hunt Club, she wanted to be there to help you with the ghoul process. Now, she told you that having 5 to 6 ghouls was suicidal, and that they'd sooner turn against you for your blood, and any other responsible kindred would have called someone like a Domitor or something or other to basically put between you and your would-be ghoul. Now, during the process of ghouling Benji, who is the leader of the Lost Boys, as everyone has dubbed them.
VAR has Lost Boys in all sorts of campaigns.
Yes, you have Lost
I really
Boys
do.
in both. Reason is there to watch you as you drink.
Supervised ghoulification.
Though, as it is time for you to rouse your blood and give it back to him, she calls for you to give a pause. Wait. It's best to start the process now. Easier to keep him at arm's length.
She'll pull back. Like, she's not gonna not do what they say, because they clearly know what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. And you're just kind of just cradling Benji, who is this very small boy, I think 18 or 19. Vanessa, you know that Benji doesn't have really long to survive in having been drained so deeply. But you see your sire make for the door, and from it reveals a woman. She looks to be about
It's one of the new art breeders.
Yes. She looks to be about 25 or so and has dark wavy hair, a warm brown skin tone, and rounded hazel eyes. Dressed in all black, not too flashy, but not too prudish either. Reason will motion for her to introduce herself, and she speaks. Hello, I'm Lena. It's wonderful to make your acquaintance. She moves over with purpose to kneel before you, Vanessa, and produces what looks like a small catching bowl from her side bag. Would you allow me? She looks up to catch your eyes, but only for a moment as she looks away from you out of being polite.
Nice to meet you too. Sure.
Wonderful. And she lifts up the bowl for you to rouse your blood and to set it into the bowl. I'm not gonna have you do a rouse check because you're
Gotta spit into the bowl.
you're literally just gonna heal over anyway. But what happens is that as you kind of like tear at your wrist or whatever, wherever you want to drip the blood down, she.
Oh, cool! That means I get a free point of willpower.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure. But you're already at max, so it's fine. And what she does is that she takes the blood and she will gingerly take Benji from you, and she settles onto her knees and kind of lays Benji over her knees and then gives him the blood. And within moments, the ghoulification is complete. And if you look up towards Reason, she kind of smiles at that, and she nods to herself. She doesn't say anything, but you can tell that there is a look of approval on her face.
It's the old-fashioned good job.
Pretty much. And that's where that scene will kind of close on itself. But you will have a ghoul, and you will have several other lost boys that are bloodbound to you, but not ghouls.
I have more bloodbounds than Jackson now. Perfect.
Yes. You have
I keep forgetting how many fucking people I got bloodbound to me.
You have a chain of action, basically. Once per month, you will rouse your blood once and give it to Lena, and then Lena will take the blood and distribute it to the others. And that's
would it be twice a month because of
yes,
short
you
bond?
have the short bond, so every 14 days. Even more reason to have a Domitor.
Exactly.
And
It's like a vampire midwife, it sounds.
pretty much, but she is, throughout the course of the 4 months, Lena is she's very positive. Even though she herself is mortal, she is not, it doesn't feel like she's bloodbound to anyone in particular, but she seems to genuinely kind of enjoy this process.
What a nice lady.
So
She nasty.
you have a friend. So try to say you have a friend that's
No,
not,
friend.
that's not VW.
I don't got many of those.
Who wants to go next, VW or Fitz?
You're not allowed, Michael.
What's
This
Fritz's
is for you.
secret?
This
I wanna.
episode's for you.
What's Fritz's?
I'll go. No, let's do VWs.
very-
Let's do VWs first because it's
Okay,
faster.
I'm
This is what we call the illusion of choice.
Yes, I'm sorry.
I'm only very distraught after last session, but whatever. Okay.
VW. All right.
What up?
You've been staying low ever since your moment with the Baron in Wolverhampton. He hasn't given you much outside of opportunities to continue to grow. And he's had you visit once monthly for both of you to converse on what you've learned as a Tremere or in the book that he had presented to you earlier. It feels more natural each time that you visit him, and the partaking of blood comes as an added treat to the taste that simply cannot compare. Tremere blood bonding, yay!
As a treat.
Every
Yes.
every other kindred that you've tasted upon thus far, I don't know if you've tasted other than Jackson, who knows? That's in the lore. They all seem to lack something, and you can never really seem to put your finger on it. VW, what this means mechanically wise is that you get 1 dot in the Book of Nod Merit, which is from the Chicago by Night book, so you can find that in the Dropbox and all that shit later. But as for finding a mentor for Abigail, it becomes increasingly difficult each time you attempt this. There are no wolves that are often seen in larger cities, as they often don't have places where they can roam or feed freely. You haven't had any outbursts from Abigail, but her voracious appetite is accruing a cost that even Jackson and Gil raise a brow at. And you're sure that these things are getting back to Hana. As for your daughter, this is the thing that has taken up most of your time when you are not getting yourself neck deep in Tremere ritual magic nonsense. She's disappeared to the wind, like she never existed. And your only real hope to try to suss out where she might have gone is to find out where Gavin has gone. Please roll for me an intelligence plus streetwise at a nearly impossible difficulty, which is 7 successes.
Okay. Well,
I'm just gonna
This is
cry.
a roll that actually VW is very good at.
I don't have enough dice. It's not gonna happen. But
Unless you crit, baby.
Unless you crit. You could crit. You could double crit like Matt did in the other VTM game I played in.
that
Oh
Fen
yeah,
was, Fen was definitely not pleased with.
That was ridiculous. Jesus Christ. 10 successes on a Diablerie.
On
It
like
was-
5 dice, he got 10 successes.
You,
Oh.
no. And unfortunately, those 3 are all successes, so you cannot spend willpower to re-roll those dice unless you want to risk getting less successes.
everything's fine. Everything's fine.
Well, the problem is that you don't think things through. So
Here's the thing, VW.
Fitz is talking about the pregnancy. Fitz likes to think far in the past.
Fitz is just that petty.
No, Fitz is clearly reasonable. You start from where it all went to shit.
That's true.
Start at the source, and then you move forward.
Completely logical. Anyway, VW, you try to scour fans of the band to see if you can gather information and
It's pretty easy because there's only about 3 of them.
According to Jackson.
No, I thought that was for you,
Green.
Jackson.
Get bent. We had a full fucking house the night I died.
Who was the front runner for that night?
They didn't even get to fucking hear him, so it doesn't matter.
It's so weird. A full house of those same 3 people.
They're very big.
Anyway, all the information that you seem to kind of gather from all the fans is that Gavin Yeager has renamed the band from Lips, Legs, and Lust to the simple word of Syndicate.
Don't love that.
Otherwise, his presence in the public eye is very undetectable. Most fans believe that he's simply just working on a new album. And that's all that you can surmise from that. Not to say that you can't try again later. Why do I feel like this was a monster camp and Andromeda got more negatives? You lose 2 charm and 1 fun.
Yeah, I don't roll well ever in anything. This is a fact.
I mean, it's fine.
you're fine.
It was 7 successes was going to be very, very, very difficult. All right, Fitz.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the 4 months since your time in Paris, you have been summoned to the Camarilla twice. Once during the late spring, you were given a long history about the Camarilla and how their philosophy has kept so many kindreds safe and given them purpose. You were there the entire night, and if it weren't for the Scourge and the Sheriff being in your presence, you might have even felt like you were speaking more with a professor than a woman who calls herself a queen.
I mean, I'll write notes.
What?
I said I'll write notes.
Oh yeah, you can write all the notes. You'll be provided with pen and paper for that.
You're provided with a quill and no ink.
No ink. Use your blood.
Okay.
There are no questions about your sire or your coterie. In fact, you feel physically incapable of saying anything when the thought even crosses your mind. As if a sharp...
It's okay, that happens to most men.
As if the sharp tug of your collar reminds you of where you are meant to stay. Blood binding!
Does that mean Louis got our backs? Like, did a good.
Your problematic
Louis does have your
Mechanic.
back. In this instance, absolutely he has your back. The second time that you were summoned to the Camarilla is 2 weeks prior to when the disco is meant to open. There is a bit of tension in the air as the meeting is rather brief, and Bosley, Prince of London, stands beside what looks like a man with drawn-up brown hair and dressed like he would have attended one of your family's diplomatic meetings.
That's nice.
Very sharp.
Okay.
This is Joshua Hart. Not one of my childhood personally, but a trusted Camarilla venture nevertheless. We've heard news of new business ventures that is happening in the markets around Camden, and he will be attending amongst many other curious kindred. Joshua shifts slightly and offers out a hand for Fitz to shake.
Oh, I'm supposed to do that. I will shake his hand.
You feel 1,000,000 small needles enter your bloodstream.
You're fucking dead. No, he's surprisingly soft. Despite his rather sharp-angled features, even warm. The blush of life is a fleeting feeling that leaves your hand as he draws back. Pleasure, Mr. Winters. I hope our ventures prove fruitful. And Bosley will continue. You are to enlighten Mr. Hart should anything arise out of the ordinary. I do not need you to cause a panic, but I would like to be made aware of
At the
what...
disco.
I would like to be made
I
aware...
was gonna type it.
I swear to God!
Interrupt.
I would like to be made aware of what is happening in my city. Even if anarchs believe that they can hide in plain sight, we have you to thank for that.
Yes, Queen.
Good. Then I expect...
Yes, Queen.
Good, then I expect to see results within a fortnight. You may go.
I will take a step back, another one, and then I'm gonna turn and leave.
Okay. You do so, and you have to cross the Valley of the Shadow of Death, known as Mr. Gibbs, as you make your way out.
No eye contact.
It's fine. He doesn't. It's almost like he stares past you as you're
That's
approaching.
fine. I'm looking past him too, because I feel like if I do acknowledge him, he will kill me.
No, that'll be the Scourge's job.
The Scourge will do that first. Anyway, I'm just not really. There's too many attractive people here too, so I'm just gonna leave.
Except for the prince. She's old. Fitz.
And a lady. What?
And well, don't. No.
Don't knock it till you try it.
Scourge is also a lady. Fitz, what this means mechanically for you is that you have one dot Camarilla Mola that fits under the same basic description of the thin blood merit Camarilla Contact. So that's what that means.
Cool. Nice to have you around, Joshua.
Joshua Hart. All right, so time goes by and I lose my place in all of my notes. It is the night before. Everything for the most part is pretty much set for the club to open up. All the people are in the right places. Everyone has the necessary jobs.
We've hired enough people.
Humans, I'm assuming, across the board, outside of your security system.
Now, can I get a leprechaun to work the fucking microphones? What are you talking about?
I'll just go ask Jem for that. It's fine.
Yeah, you can just ask Jem for that.
Hey, Jem, you know any
Gem
leprechauns?
truly outrageous.
We've made that joke too. Guys.
The amount of times.
It's short for Gemini. But
Gem is her
Ooh.
name, Jam.
Do they have a twin?
But Gemini is spelled with a G.
Yeah, their name is spelt with a G. What,
I'm
like
sure
the
VW
fucking,
could misspell it at one point.
like the Rock Gem?
Maybe in my head I changed it to like Gem for like Gem and the holograms or something. I don't know.
That's because people keep
That's
making...
truly outrageous.
Anyway.
We've hired.
That's the only joke I know about that whole like I don't know anything about it.
We've definitely hired a bunch of people. Yes.
Okay.
We got a centaur to sweep the fucking bathrooms.
Immortal
Well,
humans.
we got that child labor Abigail right there. She can
That
do
works.
that.
She's the guard dog.
Exactly.
What I did want to ask you guys is that before the night gives way to morning, you guys fall into torpor. Do you guys have anything you want to talk about as a group before everything kicks off?
Trying to pretend that this whole thing is not something that I'm associated with.
I agree, Fitz, but I have to because my sire wants me to.
I mean,
no, Hannah.
I've
glared at
helped.
my sire.
I mean, I've helped, right? But I would really like it if I could just ignore the fact that this is happening. Much like most of the things that affect my life, I would like to ignore it.
Fitz hides in the office every night.
He hides in the closet every night.
That's where he belongs.
Hey, Castiel.
Relevant.
Woo!
Oh my god, so relevant.
Wait, okay, Fitz, we're gonna send you to Super Hell, and I really need you to report back. Tell me what it's like. How are the decorations?
Holy shit.
Anyway, Fitz.
I want to decorate this disco like Super Hell.
Whatever do you mean? Chaos!
Fitz will be sort of maybe the night before the date. The morning before. Sorry, I have to like reset my brain to think like we're not night before people. We are the morning before people.
Mm-hmm.
Sort of flipping through his notes about this, that, and the other thing. Maybe like numbers because he does have some finance skills. Just making sure that everything's squared away. To himself because he doesn't want to address the fact that this is happening and that he's associated with it.
But you're still doing the bookkeeping.
Yes, I'm still doing the
regardless.
bookkeeping.
I was also going to do the bookkeeping.
Yes, I do the cooking. Yes, I do the cleaning.
Alright, I'm just saying I have a specialty in economics. So like,
Yeah, I mean we can do math together.
Yeah,
my
let's
guy.
do some math.
So are you guys doing math in the corner?
Let's subtract ourselves from this situation.
Hey, that's it.
Jackson, how do you feel? It is the night before your... Oh, wait, no.
Your actions are dividing this family.
It's the morning before.
It's the morning before, and I
Truly
haven't done your scene yet, Michael.
Yeah, I was wondering what that, like, I just thought I didn't get one. I thought it was like a...
No, you have one.
Okay.
Are you killing Gil? Is that?
Would you like to enlighten me?
Well, I want to know how you feel first beforehand.
There is a modicum of anxiety, like any good opening should be, like any large gig. This is a new project, and I think over the last several months, it has been all about rehearsing, writing. Maybe we've gotten to the recording stage. It's hard to say, but there is going to be some fresh Plastic Vanity live music, of course.
Ew, fresh plastic? It kind of has like a weird smell to it.
I love the smell of new plastic.
Yeah, that's,
It smells a little cool.
Like Fisher Price plastic.
it's not Fisher Price plastic. This is like resin, which is not plastic, but people call it that.
It doesn't sound as good when you say Jackson
Jackson
the
resin.
vanity.
Yeah,
And
but
his-
it would be
and his
better
resin
quality.
vanity.
It'd be better quality if you did.
In his die-cast vanity, yes. But yeah, it's a healthy dose of anxiety, even though he probably can't actually feel it literally. He can't get the butterflies in his tummy because they're all dead.
Because he lost some humanity.
Humanity, no pee-pee work? No kidding.
No, Roro.
No, row. It's okay.
I can still blush.
You can still blush. You can pretend. That's what it says.
You can fake it.
You can pretend.
Pretending is all Jackson ever does, darling. But
As
the
he
last
says
few
as
months.
he beds another woman.
As he says in front of the mirror.
Good thing you...
There are a lot of walls that need to be broken down for Jackson to begin his redemption
of
arc.
course.
Because he would do that during construction. Like.
I really
can't knock any of these walls down. They're all load-bearing, guys.
I really would like it if I would really like it if Jackson Preen did the onion monologue from Shrek.
Please.
No, that hasn't happened yet.
He goes
It's
up
not a
onto
fucking
stage.
monologue. It's like a line.
He goes up onto stage and says the line.
Anyway, writing new material, preparing for it.
Okay.
For the opening.
All right, VW, you see Vanessa and Fitz kind of off in one quarter in your refurbished sleeping quarters, and then you see Jackson, who's
trying on the outfit for tomorrow, for the night, for when we open.
Okay.
Right, we're not looking over there.
You look like a folk.
Is that what you say, Fitz?
Takes one to know one, darling.
Does
Is
it?
all he says to that. This isn't your scene. Go
We're all
away.
in the same fucking room.
Go do math in a corner.
I hate it here.
Julian says my turn on the street.
But the outfit I'm imagining is a very like it's kind of like a Ziggy Stardust bodysuit situation, but with a very tall collar. He's leaning into the peacock motif for the opening.
Very Velvet Goldmine of you.
Yes, it's like a white peacock situation. It's a Kung Fu Panda 2 situation. He always has the relic, and it's on underneath.
All right.
The joke, Kaleb, is that Jackson's just secretly a scion.
Before I saw Velvet Goldmine, I did come up with the fact that Jackson does have a gold pendant that is apparently very similar to that one in that film.
It's okay. So VW, you see all of this. Do you do or say anything to Jackson as he's kind of preening himself?
Say what it is.
She wants to talk to him about a certain something, but she also doesn't want to make him more anxious, but she also feels like he should be in the know, so...
Just do it. Rip the Band-Aid off.
Jackson?
Yes, dear.
Do you have a moment? I want to show you something?
Yes, I want to show you something as well. He'll turn around and kind of like... Shut the fuck up. There's no zipper on a bodysuit. Are you kidding?
It's on the back!
You go zip and then you find the 11th toe.
Shut your goddamn mouth. We disproved that. I disrobed in front of a bunch of fucking...
Teenagers, right? Teenagers, children.
They were
right?
of age, anyway.
Were they? Were they really?
It's fine.
If we want to make this an okay game, then yes.
Yes.
Okay, what about your future touch stuff? What about your touchdown, your future member of your little flock?
Oh my god.
No, she has not seen my character's penis, if that's what you're asking.
Anyway!
Jesus. But he just kind of like strikes a little bit of a silhouette. Says, "How do we look?"
Like Jackson Breen.
Excellent. Now tell me, what is it you want to show me?
Let's go upstairs.
All right. Fitz, Vanessa, you be all right alone?
Yes. Thank you for asking.
Can't get more than 2 words out of that one. We spent a whole holiday together. Shame. And he will follow VW upstairs.
Okay. Obviously, nothing is really on right now because it's the night before. But everything has kind of like this quiet aura about it. It feels calm.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want you to worry about it, so I didn't mention it. But I've been looking into it and I can't really figure out what it is, and I felt like you should know before we open up tomorrow, just in case something happens. Not that I think anything will happen, but just in case.
Yes.
And she's gonna like use the ring to like slice her palm and just let it drip onto the floor.
These carpets are new, VW.
You do that.
It's stained. Nothing happens.
Do you
Nothing
rouse
else.
the blood or do you just cut yourself?
Thank Christ the carpets are red.
Cut my life.
She's just gonna cut
into
herself because
pieces.
like it worked for the Humies. It was Humie blood.
This
so like
is my
Plastic fork.
last.
Okay, you do that, and the blood hits the. I was gonna say it was gonna be the dance floor, but now it's carpet.
No, it's we're on the dance floor, but
Okay.
I don't know. He wanted to say something petty.
It touches onto the dance floor, and it just makes a little red puddle.
Really? Right when I need you to do the really? Right? Okay.
You better hope that doesn't stain.
I will. It shouldn't because they. I know what it might be. Okay, hold on. And then she's going to like slice her other palm, rouse the blood, and then let it.
More
drip.
blood.
Okay, do a rouse check.
Cause I'm good at those. Let's do that.
I don't remember this mechanic in Phasmophobia.
Shut up, Jesse. You do not get hungrier, and you drop the blood thicker down onto the dance floor that is kind of made of this like polyurethane like clear coat that is overset lights that can flash when the dance floor is up and jiving.
Saturday Night Fever bullshit.
Pretty much, yeah.
Love it.
And you do that, and the blood hits, it pools, and you hear a behind your ear, but nothing more. The blood.
Do I
stays
hear
there.
that?
No.
It's a banshee.
It only targets one person.
I again. I don't
Can you
remember
get the
this
salt and
mechanic.
cover the exits of this room?
Get a photo of it.
Don't remember this mechanic.
You can do the thing. It's okay. It's okay.
Who are you talking to?
I don't know.
Sounds
I
sounds sane.
So, rather than the visual, how about you grab some paper towels and just talk to me?
Yeah, okay. So there's I
Clean
don't know.
it up first.
Okay, and then she's gonna go get something and clean it up.
You go to the bar,
There's
and
no paper towels because we forgot to buy some.
no, there's don't worry. There's paper towels behind the bar. On your way, VW, roll me wits and wages.
Wits and wages.
Wits and wages.
No, wits and awareness, please. At a difficulty 3.
That's great because I only have 3 dice in that. So let's.
You guys can put points to. Wow. What? No, it's not.
It's never a messy crit.
Never a messy crit.
We haven't actually really hit one.
So no, we had one messy crit.
We
It was
had one.
my ass.
Yeah, it was yours.
I
but we
had
haven't-
one, and then I didn't get to kill a werewolf that good because I was
That's
at
right.
-2.
That's right.
Yeah. You grab some sheets of paper towels, and as you're kind of coming back from the bar kind of sits inset beneath the second floor where there is the VIP section. You can't see what is up there, but you get the sense that there is something upstairs.
A phantom of the disco.
Michael, stop! Get out of my head. I'm trying to type this so I will interrupt it.
So
She's gonna put the paper towels back down on the bar and make her way upstairs.
It's not cleaning it up though.
Yeah, I know. It's fine.
VW, Where are you going?
I think it's upstairs.
Jackson, you
What
just gotta look it up
is?
at this point.
I told you I don't know.
You get upstairs.
I think it's hunting.
I think it's hunting. You get upstairs.
Check the lights.
And you see, amongst the myriad of plush, very expensive seating arrangements, and on a long chase that is white.
Oh, God, I didn't even have to say anything. Julia knows exactly what Jackson wanted this place to look like.
You see a woman seated on the chase,
We have a
wearing
ghost woman.
all red,
Oh, it's just Hannah.
crimson, in a halter jumpsuit with delicate earrings of gold that run like small rivers over her porcelain skin. She is holding a wine glass in her hand, and she smiles a
Hello,
ruby
bitch.
smile, toothed smile towards you. And she'll say, "Be a darling and get my child."
It's Hana.
Yeah.
That's not what I wanted. Oh God.
You panic.
See, it's not haunted, it's haunted.
It's haunted.
She's been crawling around under the floor and sucking up the driblets that come down.
Wow.
That's where she's been
bros.
hiding.
I respect a sire that takes the time, not only to make sure that she is immaculately dressed, but lying recumbent on a chaise lounge.
Yes.
Always
In a
a
fucking
toreador.
halter jumpsuit.
Let me-
I'm in love.
I want to remind everybody that Hana has a big titty.
She also has a big dick, but we don't mention that. It's all in the energies.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, because either way,
It's good in either way, but I'm just saying she's wearing a halter top with big titties, so it's good
She
shit.
looks fabulous.
It's Fadu.
Mm-hmm. And VW, you realize in that moment you'll never be that beautiful. What do you do?
I'm not that girl.
Jackson, you have a guest.
he will ascend the metal spiral staircase that clearly she had to walk up to get up there.
Who says she had to? She could have very well flown.
Really?
I don't
Yeah.
think VW can fly yet.
I mean, there's a thing for that,
I'm
but
talking about Hana.
Oh.
I'm talking about VW. VW plotted her bare fucking feet up my nice wrought iron staircase. But yes, he makes it to the top.
And you see the same sight as VW.
I'm
What a
gonna
surprise.
go clean up.
Let's do that.
Go back downstairs.
Come, sit next to me.
I must admit, I didn't expect to see you before the opening, as he, kind of struts over to take a seat.
It's weird because you guys are like wearing matching bodysuits.
Yeah. I think we're both wearing the same height and heel.
Yeah, so
Probably,
has to
yeah.
change because there
Fucking-
might be a little issue there.
And it's not going to be Hana.
It's not gonna be Hana.
You think I'm gonna fucking sleep in this? This shit needs to be pressed ASAP.
ASAP. She kind of barely adjusts to give you like the smallest bit of chaise lounge to sit at the end. And
Sliver.
she will say, "It is our semi-annual report. And I would like to know how things have been going. I will ask you on each point. Who killed the fledgling vampire, Kindred, in my tour bus?"
I know this. Was Jackson made aware of this fact?
If it wasn't through Fitz directly, it was definitely through VW because Fitz was following the trail alongside VW, made assumptions. It's a pretty decent assumption because we saw the same bullet being used to scare us.
Right, I thought this was discussed.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, but VW. is smart, but I don't know if she's that smart.
VW is Jackson's best fucking friend, and we share information.
Yeah, all of us just sat down and had a powwow, and you're like, look at this funny little
I would say,
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we definitely talked about it, so you know who it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All evidence points to Mr. Winter's sibling, long missing. No?
Gavin.
Oh, he's the one that turned him. Okay, no, we knew it was. Okay, yeah, I knew we knew.
Okay, my brain was going to the
That's the thing. I went to Lysander for some reason. Yes.
No. Who killed?
Who killed him
Gavin.
was Gavin. Who
Yeah.
turned him was Lysander. Yes. He says that.
Gavin Yeager. She kind of like, she rolls the glass in her fingers before kind of taking a contemplative sip. The prodigal son.
Metaphorically, or
It's always a metaphor. They always think that they're bigger than when they're actually quite small.
Compared to these? Hell yeah.
everybody looks small.
Now, who embraced the fledgling kindred in my venue? I wrote vampire in the fucking notes and it's killing me right now.
Okay, this is what I was asking about.
Mm-hmm.
Is the Coterie aware of this fact? Because I'm pretty sure Fitz knows. Yeah,
Fitz knows.
Was the Coterie made aware?
See, this is the point where we can say yes, VW's an idiot, because there are hints, probably because Fitz mentions that Lysander is alive, he's a vampire, you know, but there's no other clue other than that was thrown out there. The only reason Fitz knows is because he has premonition.
Right.
Yeah, and I don't think that's enough for VW to piece it together.
And Fitz would not have shared this information.
Not that.
Even a romantic getaway.
No, not that one.
A romantic.
Platonically romantic.
Not that one. No.
Okay.
That would be something that Fitz would probably keep close to the heart. No offense to y'all, but as of right now,
would we have any reason to suspect that Fitz knows? And or would it be reasonable to assume that we knew Fitz was investigating this portion of things? I want to know what my angle is, because I don't have an answer for her, but I want to see how I can spin it.
Fitz wasn't actively trying to figure out who changed Jazz. It's just that information just sort of came to be or came to light through his premonitions that he wasn't actively, seeking. And then I guess Fitz right now is currently a fucking steel cage. His mind is a steel trap right now. Won't be for long, but it is a steel trap.
He's a steel cage like the one that mankind got thrown off of. Went straight through the judges table.
No, I'm talking more of like the other steel cage match where like mankind landed on the fucking barbed wire shit.
Oh, that was bad.
That was really bad. I love that one.
I haven't watched a wrestle.
Anyway, no. So he right now he's keeping it. He's keeping it.
No chance whatsoever. Okay, yeah, we have, as far as Jackson knows, we have not followed up on such a thing.
No,
it was a kindred.
No shit.
Well
he was fucking
done!
great. You cracked the case.
You cracked the code. You did it.
As far as we could tell, the kindred was very good at covering their tracks. We believe it was a caitiff of some kind. But besides that, our investigation of the scene of the embrace turned up nothing.
She takes another contemplative sip, and she'll say, "What makes you think they're a caitiff?"
Fuck, that's like meta knowledge, wasn't it? I didn't mean to say
caitiff
it.
is clanless.
Clanless, yeah.
Caitiff means clanless.
Well, then I think that it can be possibly reasonably assumed that there was some vague digging going on, but clearly we know that Lysander, he's been missing for fucking however long. So he's, you know, if we were to check in with the other like clans, we would not have figured out any information about this person. So that is where his assumption is coming from.
Okay.
None of the established clans anywhere nearby, those that we have managed to contact, have any knowledge of who this person might have been.
At the very least, we know he's not an anarch.
Yes.
And we wouldn't be able to tell if he was a Camarilla because
I was gonna say, I was like, we could be like, you know, Fitz is talking to the Camarilla and they haven't said anything, but Fitz.
Nobody knows if Fitz talking to Camarilla, yeah.
God damn it, Fitz, be a team player.
I like it. I think it's great.
In this scenario, no, I don't think it would be a good idea for me to be a team player.
Because Cannon will kill him right now.
Right now, in the middle of my maths.
Okay, you say that, and Hana will consider, and she'll say, I'm slightly disappointed to not know exactly who it was, but pray that they do not cause harm to my Disco-tek. And she kind of like taps like a very sharp nailed finger
disco.
on her glass. Next question. How is this new drummer performing? Does he make good music?
Also makes good sex.
Quite ably, I should say. He's been instrumental, shall we say, in the new sound. Though, I dare say there might be something more to him than meets the eye. Something, a sort of je ne sais quoi, that I can't quite put my finger on. Either way, he's very important to keep close, I think.
Then I would hope that you find out more about this person. In fact, outside of you working on your album, I expect to find full information about this person if you think it is necessary.
Absolutely. If anything, he'll be a great asset.
Speaking of assets, and she pulls one leg back and kind of like very fluidly crosses it over the other. I'm going to be moving Gilligan. Going to move him to a new prospect of a musician, so that way the new generation of bands can be born and preserved with a new manager. You will have to find one yourself.
If I may, who is this new talent?
She smiles very sweetly towards you. And she reaches that same nailed finger and she kind of gently taps you on the nose. And she says, do not worry. You're doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're not being replaced.
No fear here. I already have a few potential prospects, folks who have proved themselves. It'll be sad to see him go.
Not really, but
She just makes like a small like noise before kind of taking another sip. It's clear that she does not believe you. But
About the new prospects or about the fact that I'm sad?
about the fact that you're sad about Gil.
The two aren't mutually exclusive.
Yeah. Well, if you have prospects for a new manager, I expect that report to come within the next week. Gilligan will not be there for the opening of the Disco-tek.
I understand.
not a big loss.
roll, Jackson. I would love for you to roll for me some intelligence and insight, or wits, with whatever you're better at.
Or wits and insight. Okay. They're both the same.
Okay. I'm gonna need two success.
Intelligence and insight, please.
Mm.
That's a crit, my guy.
That is a messy critical. Not a messy.
No, it is not.
Yes. Oh yeah.
No, it can't be.
Yeah. No. You need. No, you're fine. It is two. It is a critical, so it is 4. But you pass, so it's fine. So, you get the instant sense that she is moving Gil not so much for the sense that is for the future of new budding musicians. She is moving Gil because of you. And she does not want her ghoul to be removed.
Fucking murdered.
Who the fuck would have told her?
Maybe Gil had an idea.
Yeah, well, he was a paranoid little piece of shit, I'm sure.
I'm smarter than you, bitch!
He's hooked on a feeling.
He's certainly older. I don't know about smarter.
Definitely is older.
Yeah. Okay. That changes my line of questioning that I was potentially going to have. Out of curiosity, if I may, what goes into selecting a ghoul?
I suppose that depends. Convenience, feeling, desperation, needing another chess piece on the board.
If I may, was Gilligan chosen out of desperation, convenience, perhaps?
Her eyes flutter, and she briefly kind of stares off at nothing in particular. And she will say, "You were not there for the war."
True.
Then
I
do not need
only
to
ask out of
explain.
curiosity.
I do not need to explain about those things.
Absolutely.
She kind of uncrosses her legs and she stands and she'll say, "The war is something I would much rather forget."
I'll drink to that.
Not yet. Tomorrow. And then she starts striding towards the stairs. And you'll hear her say as her closer line, "I hope that you have as many ears on you as possible."
Can I roll anything to understand what the fuck she's getting at?
Yeah, sure. Roll for me.
Is that another insight?
Sure, yeah, it's another insight.
You just gotta become Zion at his 18 years.
It's 18 years, yeah.
She wants people to listen to you.
Gotcha. Okay, that's what she meant.
Like-
I thought she
like,
was like,
she doesn't-
there
like-
are spies in the midst.
Like, she doesn't care about the money. She doesn't care about the
It's not
disco.
about the money. It's about sending a message.
You have to send her message, if you remember
Yeah.
correctly.
Yes.
So that is what you get from that VW. You see Hana kind of sashay her way over the dance floor. She does kind of like a brief half spin, and you see her long black hair kind of make this beautiful fan as she does, and she kind of makes a brief chuckle to herself before continuing out.
I think
Did you hair
as
smack her? Did you like?
Her hair is sharp. That might hurt.
yeah, I think as she is like making her final walk out, Jackson is kind of over the gallery, the balcony, or the railing, on the second level. He says, "Will we be graced with your presence at the opening?"
She pauses by the door and kind of looks back, and she will say, "I'm afraid not. I'll come at some point. Good luck."
He just gives her a little nod.
Mommy won't see.
She'll know, though,
Yeah, she knows all.
and she heads on out.
Or she knows most, because I don't know if she knows about my secret ghoul family.
Yeah, who knows? You haven't researched that yet. But VW and Jackson, is there anything else you guys want to talk about before the dawn is very close and imminent?
Is VW gonna explain what the fuck her point was?
I made a joke in chat, but like, was the blood there when I came back down, or was the ghost spiting me and it was gone?
No, it's still there.
Okay, so I clean it up and then I
It can't absorb blood through a finished floor.
Maybe, I don't know.
Maybe it's in the basement.
No, because all the work was getting done upstairs, and that's where.
Maybe it's a nature god underneath the earth, sucking the lifeblood
I hate
from.
Julian smiling right now. I hate it. VW will explain that something's going on here, and she doesn't have the proof, but something is haunting the disco. She's seen it. No one else has seen it, but she's seen it, and it's real, and it's there.
I will say, Jackson, based on the renovations and the construction that have happened, there have been 4 counts of accidents on the premises. The last of which was an electrical accident that almost caused a fire. And it burned through a man and killed him.
Sorry, what?
Remember that outro with the 2 guys?
Yeah, but I didn't know it killed a guy. Like, what?
It was, you didn't see the body, and neither did VW or anyone else when they when they awakened. It was already taken care of by your lost boys.
I got you.
That's
I
nice of them.
got cleaning services.
That's really nice
Does
of
this
them.
pose a danger to our opening?
I mean, it could.
Maybe, but I'm working on it. That's why I wanted you to know, but I don't want you to like worry about it. I'm working on it.
Yes, and you wanted me to know the night before.
Well, because
The most important day in this club's history.
I thought I could figure it out before now, but I haven't, so I wanted you to be prepared just in case anything happens, but I don't think anything will happen.
Nothing will happen.
Oh, good. And he will turn away and go back downstairs.
Jackson got big Hana vibes there. Just need to do like a nose tap and then you're good. Okay, so you guys
Wore your hair so fast it'll cut a bitch.
cut a bitch, yeah. Fortunately, Jackson's hair is very short, but
Right now.
You're emboldened by mommy.
it stays that way.
Oh, fine. Cool.
Yeah,
It's a good look.
it's a good look. Yeah,
Sharpen a wig then.
true. So you guys all turn in as the day claims your bodies, and you fall into darkness until the next night. I would love for everybody to give me a rouse check.
Finally.
On my special day, you're gonna make me do a rouse check?
Yes.
I'm hungry.
It's my birthday.
Hungry. Not hungry.
Hey.
Hungry.
Not hungry. Did we get everybody? Is that everyone?
Yep.
Am I missing somebody? Okay, so we have 3 hungies.
Rungy.
So, VW, you are going to use your
It's
gold
fine. I've done my best rolls using the
Yeah,
hunger.
I should use my Golconda because I'm at 3, so yes.
Okay, so yeah, put that back to a 2. And everybody, you all rouse, and for the coterie, you awaken to the subtle sounds of bass above you. There is a hum about the dark yet revamped undercarriage of the disco. For all you cannot see it yet, there is a bustle of life above you. Warm patrons to spend their money, give you their adoration, and more importantly, to be a place where the blood runs freely. The Gilded Cage has already been open for what you all can assume to be maybe an hour or so. Enough to get bodies in and to start the opening festivities. I would like to know where everyone kind of like positions themselves like for the evening.
Kaleb has a question.
Yes, you haven't arrived yet. You need to make a grand entrance.
I was going to say, could I make a rouse check for Blush of Life?
Yeah, sure, go for it. That's very smart of you.
Blush my life.
Cool. Would anyone else like to do that to make themselves look like they're people?
Do I
Yeah.
have to participate?
Yes, you were expected to participate in some way, shape, or form.
So if I was like lingering in the doorway,
I'm to get even hungrier. Yeah.
How many are you at, Vanessa? 3?
Yeah.
6.
It's fine. As we've seen in the past, I do my best rolls when I'm fucking hangy.
Hangy. Okay, cool. But
If this ghost shows up, you're gonna do great. You're gonna kick its ass.
Oh, for sure.
so, even though you guys might have failed your rouse check, the blush of life still happens. You guys are just now hungrier. And now you guys all look like, you're a little bit warmer to the touch. You have some color in your cheeks, and you don't look
Jackson
as
has the advantage of always being violently white.
violently white
Violently
is such
white.
a very specific description of how pale he is.
That's a
Which
nice
is funny
description of
because,
America.
because yeah. Which is funny. 'Cause I
I'd say Fitz is even whiter.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think Fitz is whiter than Jackson, but
What
hey,
did Utah ever do to you?
everything, the Mormons.
Yeah, Fitz is going to be avoiding. If he could be in the rafters, he'll be in the rafters. If he could be just away, this is not his vibe.
Okay, so Fitz, you did not do the blush of life.
No, anything to keep people away from me.
Okay. Now,
Anything to turn people off.
okay. That being said, collaboratively, we kind of like barely touched on some visuals for how the club kind of looks like. I want you guys to kind of collaboratively work together to kind of paint the audience a picture of what the Gilded Cage looks like.
Well, let's start with the obvious. Why do we call it the Gilded Cage?
So many golden
Michael.
cages hanging.
There are, yes, hanging golden go-go dancer cages from the ceilings. And like, strategically placed in a feng shui manner for people to gather around the dancers. This is an equal opportunity go-go situation. There are
There's
people
some
of
guys
all
up there.
genders,
Yeah, like it's.
and they are all just as scantily clad as each other. In my mind, and this is where we can obviously collaborate, there's a lot of reds, whites, and golds happening.
Fair enough. Yeah.
I do like the idea of exposed brick in some places, to kind of give it that kind of like, ooh, not quite so perfect vibe that I think people expect from the Camden
It's
markets
a little
right
dangerous.
now. Like a little dangerous.
Like
Ooh.
around the bar, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, like the bar, the VIP
Oh,
section.
you guys are
Like,
you guys are
the club is
starting-
dangerous.
It's
but
a
I
little
can make it
warm.
You're starting the early '80s movement.
In the VIP section, and most of the decor, I would like to say, has been procured through Fitz's contacts. Because
Makes sense.
Fitz has 3 dots in resources and is influential in London. So even
I
though
have 1 dot of resource, but that's all my pocket money that I found in the walls.
You
So-
still never gave that.
So is this club giving off the vibe of like, it's willing to get into danger, but it's not willing to pay the price. So
yeah, it's gilded in a lot of ways.
Exactly. There's a veneer.
There's a veneer of safety that comes with it. Like, it's edgy, but not so edgy to make people want to come to this place to begin with. Because
Right, there's a rail guard on the staircase.
Yeah.
It's like having pepper with salt and pepper. It's not too spicy.
It's like a splash of Tabasco on my eggs.
Oh my god.
And in that sense, I feel like that's how it's gilded, is that there is that edge of danger because there's like, maybe it looks a little like not so pristine. There's, you know, the cages and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just safe enough to make it so that people would want to come in.
I think
Frank's
red hot in my eye.
My eye. I think that the cages are like, they're like classy. I feel like, I don't know why I'm getting like a Rococo vibe.
Yeah,
like
they have
like
to get
pillars.
Yeah. No, I agree. I kind of thought
I should shut the fuck up.
I thought of very ornate looking cages, like golden cages and different types.
They're bird cages. Yeah.
They're all bird cages. Okay. Is there
I love that movie with Robin Williams.
Are there any like motifs of artwork or
Can there be like a small
photography?
Can there be like a small lounge area where you can just go there just to chill away?
That's what
from
the VIP
music?
section, I imagine, is.
And it's in the floor.
No,
Yeah.
but for the commoners off to the side.
Yeah, there obviously is a seating area.
There are 2 chairs for the commoners.
There are nooks, if you will.
Nooks, crannies. I don't think any tables besides like classy coffee tables.
It's like you can get into like shenanigans, but like intimate shenanigans.
There are no single seats
I am
in
having
this club.
this voice right now.
Oh, okay. I think that's
The
cool.
closest
Kinda
thing
cool.
to a single seat is like the fucking plush ass
Bar stool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
No social distancing here.
Actually, no. Fuck it. No bar stools. This is a standing bar.
Andromeda, you didn't add anything.
Bold of you.
What are you gonna add?
I was thinking, Julian was talking about artwork, and I was like thinking about.
You're gonna go rob any other museum?
That was a library.
We can have Marquis do that. That's fine.
I'm gonna give it back.
I hate you so much. I hate you so much, Julian.
Sorry.
I hate the way that he said his name.
I was wondering if like we were gonna keep pulling from the Raven and the Cage thing, and it's like all like, you know, golden deco art and like bird shit, but specifically Raven shit, even though we don't know the connection. Not meta-wise yet, but meta-wise we know the connection.
I dig that. I dig like fucking golden bird bullshit just like everywhere.
Yeah, that.
And a floor-length poster of one Jackson preen.
Is there imagery of Jackson Crane anywhere?
This Jackson Preen,
so
like
that's
his
not
Icarus
classy.
photo shoot, like his peacock photo shoot.
No, there's just a single head portrait
You're right. It's
framed
not
in a
classy.
golden
He couldn't afford.
frame, and then there's floodlights going down upon it, and nothing else.
There's one 8x10 in a golden frame on a plinth as you enter, and everybody has to kiss it before they come inside.
So
It's a
y'all
huge health
ever
risk.
play Persona 5? Like,
Yeah.
It does kind of have like a Persona, like Dream World situation.
Yeah.
it's sort of like the one small portrait of Jackson is like in the middle of the floor, all the spotlights are on it, and a cat is slowly.
You know what else I feel like I'm pulling from is the Twin Peaks fucking Black Lodge, like the blacks and whites and the red curtains and stuff like that, which is where a lot of these fucking games get their motif from.
So like
So it's
monochromatic with pops of color, like pops of like red and gold.
That sort of situation, yeah.
It definitely is very first world of the first universe, first world in Persona 5. I forget the guy's name though. But
Yeah,
Eddie?
it's that weird lust one, right?
yeah, with the castle and like it has very royal motifs.
So does
That's
that mean on the other side of Jackson's picture is just going to be them looking lame?
Without makeup.
Pathetic, right?
It's just Jackson without makeup.
Jackson
Right.
without makeup? What?
He looked like a
And the
vampire
11th
before he
show.
fucking died.
That's like
Um,
BW with shoes. That's just wrong. That's...
Wow. Okay.
No.
But yes, no, there is no portraiture of Jackson anywhere. Though the stage itself is like almost like a proscenium situation. Like it's an actual like kind of stage with like an arch, and the arch is gold and in the shape of a cage situation. You know what I mean?
Okay.
It's just really warm in here.
Cage, yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that definitely.
Live peacocks walking around.
Can I say?
Screaming.
Can I say that the temperature is a little bit warmer than outside?
Oh, yes, because it's already warm outside. It's July.
But I mean, like, it's warmer than it is outside. As just like an aesthetic, like it makes you want to kind of.
You want to loosen up a little.
Loosen up the collar a little.
You gotta pop not one button but two at least.
Scandalous.
Ooh.
I don't even.
The Gilded Cage, guaranteed to give you the thing.
I don't even think we'd have to do anything for that.
There's a
amount
gas
of
leak.
bodies in here, like as long as we didn't turn on any.
Hey, and then even without the blush of life, it'll just make us appear warm as well.
Exactly.
We get heat.
We will be a comforting presence in the balminess of this place if we stay fucking freezing to the touch.
This place is extremely sticky, except for us.
Wow. Regardless, as you guys kind of reach
The carpets are medium shag.
All right, I think we're good.
medium shag carpets. They get shaggier the more levels you go up.
Yes.
You guys
Until it's just a jungle on the 4th floor. Like
You're lost.
It's medium shag. That's medium.
Good thing BW didn't get blood on that. So you guys get up to the 1st floor. You guys have made a lot of precautions to add like several like layers of locking doors and whatnot.
a labyrinth.
Yeah, well, not a complete labyrinth, but like enough to make it
Literally.
so that no one is going to just wander into where you guys rest for the day.
Yeah, we got a couple of gremlins over there.
Yeah.
Learned that mistake.
And you get
That was
up to the 1st floor, and whatever amount of PR that was put into this place worked, because this place is packed for a location that isn't like your stereotypical like nightclub locale. You get word from Benji that the line's, wrapped up halfway down the river and people still want to get in. And that, the cover fee is fine. People are totally okay with it. And Benji will kind of let you know, Vanessa, that there are some kindred that want to get in.
All right, then that's my job to do that check.
Mm-hmm. And
You try bouncing a couple vampires.
It's Gem and the Holograms, duh.
Yes.
Gem's gonna have to have a band, aren't they?
Yeah, Gem and the Holograms.
Truly outrageous, the Gemini story.
I hate it.
That's the name of the biopic that comes out in 34 years.
So Vanessa, you're gonna go off and do that. I would love to know what the other three are doing before we do our grand entrance of our guest.
I told you, avoiding people.
Oh right, you're going up to the VIP section before people are allowed up there.
Yes.
Okay.
Well, I would normally be out partying, but Jackson put the fear of God in me, so now I'm worried about the whatever's going on doing something.
Jackson, God, huh?
Wait, no, VW never told Jackson it was haunted, right?
I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jackson's the only one who knows, because we're buddies. So they're gonna try and find like a vantage point to like be able to like watch people coming in and out and like the dance floor and stuff like that.
Yeah, the same VIP rafter loft that I'm in right
Probably. Yeah, I'm probably trying to be your buddy and you're not feeling it. So.
It's either that or you can always go to the bar. I imagine that the bar is set higher than the dance floor is.
Oh, darling, the bar's in the sky. Nobody can reach it.
Well, no one's drinking, and this is a dry nightclub.
No, I meant that it like the bar has been
the
set
bar.
so high.
Oh, right. I'm so sorry. I'm smooth brain.
Good save. Good save.
She's just gonna go with Fitz for shiggles.
Okay. You're gonna.
I hate everything.
Fitz, you're being followed by a Tremere that looks anxious and concerned, which you haven't seen that in a while. Jackson.
She might need a snack.
What are you doing?
Jackson. So I think one of the first things that he did, because I'm imagining like our underground labyrinth leads eventually up to like the green room situation.
Mm-hmm.
So he would be checking in with the band, because I imagine he's gonna want to make like a grand entrance as far as the music is concerned.
Mm-hmm.
It's like there's canned music playing right now, clearly, but the headliners have to go on still.
Okay.
So I don't know whatever the ceremony is. If you want there to be mingling that's I'm fine with that as well, because either he is prepping for the show, or he is mingling.
Okay. Maybe there is some mingling. Probably as you and the other band members kind of talked about some things. Omen was probably like big on like giving the people like a taste of maybe like what they could have, and then taking it away with the performance.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like stuff like that. Darian kind of is just going along with what you guys kind of have for your kind of direction. So mingling always works to start, maybe for like the first like hour or so. And then you can go and have the big show to kind of really get the dancers going, which from what you can tell, like they're already, you don't even technically need to do anything right now. They're dancing their hearts out right now.
But this, I mean, like, what a treat for all of them
to
all
touch you,
to touch, to interact, maybe, and then to get a private concert.
Mm-hmm. This is
The price of a cover charge and 6 drinks. Come on,
this is 6 drinks
minimum.
You have to.
You have to.
We have a breathalyzer that you have to.
You have to become legally drunk to be in this place. But okay, that's totally cool. Do we want to just keep going on through, or do we want to take a quick break?
I could go for a quick.
Oh, break? Yeah, I could probably.
Wait, I thought you said we weren't gonna have a break.
If we're not gonna have a break, fine. But I'll go with the majority.
Piss into a bottle.
Let's take a 5-minute break.
Let's take a.
Sounds good.
We are back. All right. Now, for the sake, Vanessa, for you specifically here, just to make it so that Aleska can be allowed in the building. As the early night progresses, there are others who begin to come into the club as a whole. People whom you can tell are not human, but are certainly kindred. Perhaps you were like that. If you were like them at the Marquee Club, you might have sensed what was going to happen sooner. And despite there being worry on there being other kindred there, no one seems to make claims about Anarchs, Camarilla, or Sabat. In fact, it looks like they are more happy to find a new playground and a few juice boxes in the shadows.
Yeah, that is why also.
So, that being said...
Why do you think the carpets are red?
That being said, Aleska, how would you like to show up to the club? And do you bring your cult with you?
I do not bring my cult with me.
Okay.
Knowing that there are going to be kindred at this club, I don't want anyone tasting them but me.
Okay.
I arrive, actually... Oop, my accent's slipping.
Something Scottish! We gotta get a shawl on.
Got an outfit.
Woo! Flare.
A shawl.
Yay. I like that flare, Caleb.
Thank you. It
Hana-
was mostly off camera.
Hana would be proud.
The ends of the shawl, if spun fast enough, can cut someone.
Yes.
Aleska arrives in mostly dark clothing, but of the time, you know, to kind of help blend in. They have a nice little paisley shawl that is black with sort of white flowers on it, and just a smile, blush of life on his cheeks, and sort of blending in other than the shawl. I won't make my presence known until after I get inside.
Okay. You get inside. Or actually, as you were making your way inside, there is somebody who is making their way out. And you bump into them briefly. And through black and silvery white hair, Darian looks up towards you. And for a moment, you two are both looking at each other with the impression of, why are you in a discotheque? Before...
Actually, Aleska just goes, I love your hair. And just continues walking.
He half turns and he goes to like reach for your hand. He goes, give me a fucking break. Why are you here?
I'm here to have a nice time. And it is none of your business how I enjoy my time. As such as it is none of my business how you enjoy yours. Now would you like to cause much more of a scene, or shall I get to the dance floor?
His eyes kind of like roll and he says, I was gonna ask if you wanted to get introduced to Jackson. But fine, go off, I guess.
If you would like to. I would not like to put you out or anything.
Kind of shakes his head. And like as he's about to turn to go off again, a hand claps onto his shoulder.
Jesus, it's like a fucking...
This place is packed. There's hardly any breathing room
Revolving door.
And
It's packed with peanuts. It really satisfies.
circus peanuts.
Huh.
Hey, Michael.
And Aleska, you will see a man who is on par with how tall Darian is, more muscular.
I was hoping it was going to be a series of increasingly taller men.
It would happen in Julian's case because all Julian's characters are mostly tall.
No, I have short boys too, but
Look, sometimes you meet a few trees in the forest, and sometimes you just gotta be a squirrel.
you gotta crawl up that redwood. Anyway, this man looks very it's hard to tell where he might come from.
Where he might go.
His skin is very sun-kissed, and he has warm brown hair and rather bright green eyes. Wearing an adornment of black and gold to kind of fit Jackson's aesthetic. You can assume that he is another band member. One of the band members that you've heard of.
Because the description sounds like a Final Fantasy character. I'm just imagining like an open-chested like leather vest with like spikes on the top for some reason, because that just seems like a Final Fantasy glamour.
He has those as earrings, the spiky earrings. Yeah. And he'll say, "Whoa! Forget about Jackson. Introduce me." Really? Darian will kind of like shrug Omen off, and he'll say, "Omen, Aleska, Omen. Oh, no way, you have so much in common. names." And he walks off.
A pleasure to meet your acquaintance, Omen.
Huh. Yeah, I can say the same for you. Care to dance?
I do love dancing. Shall we?
I really always wanted to tear up a dance floor, and it's a new one too. And he'll take your hand, and he is warm.
As he takes my hand and as we start walking to the dance floor, I'm going to subtly activate awe.
Oh, okay.
Aww.
Go for it.
Aw.
Do you wanna read for the class what awe does, so that way the audience kind of knows what you're doing?
Aww.
Aw.
I shall get my book.
Aww.
Awe is a presence skill.
Is it?
Anyone in the presence of a vampire.
Anyone in the presence of a vampire finds their attention inexplicably drawn to them. Those listening to the vampire speak might suddenly agree on subjects where they held different viewpoints. While this power doesn't cause rapt infatuation, it is still strong enough to sway the minds of most mortals.
Okay. Go for me and do an awe, and I want to see how many people you're gonna trigger.
Okay, well, it's free, and
It's free. Make it happen.
Oh,
Actually, no. It's manipulation and presence.
Okay, all right.
Versus compose your intelligent.
Okay, so manipulation presence. I should just be able to click the dice beside that, right? Coolio. So, skitty bop bop bop. I don't think there's any modifiers.
no.
Okay. Skitty bop bop bop.
Wow.
Jesus.
Not a crit, but that's a lot of successes. 5 successes.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of damage.
That's a lot of
Oh,
dice.
Jackson, someone's stealing your show.
This little like wrapped up babushka.
You do this, and you will notice that Omen he tips his head over ever so slightly to the side, and you can tell that he is interested in you, but not in the ways that you were intending perhaps others to be interested in you. And he goes, "Ooh, he's gonna be so mad with that, or horny."
Should I mention that Aleska is stunning?
So that just adds to it.
That adds 2 dice to your.
Do you want to roll 2 more
social
D10s?
rolls.
Sure. Sure.
if I can remember how to do this. Okay, okay. I need to move my book. I don't have space in my apartment. Okay.
So /roll.
Is stunning 2 dice or 3?
I think 2.
Because I have 2 dots in beautiful.
I'll look it up.
2 dots means 1 dice in your social rolls.
Oh.
Okay.
If you have beautiful, you get 1 extra dice. If you have stunning, you get 2 extra dice, I think.
Okay.
2d10 greater than 6, right?
Yeah. No explodey. So now that's a crit. So now that is 5, 6, 7, 8 successes.
So yeah, now you're looking at a critical success.
Yeah, so that's 8 successes overall now. So
What were you saying about this rap babushka?
I said wrapped, not rat.
Rap babushka.
That's what they said.
Oh, I heard rat.
Mm.
What are you saying about this rat babushka?
But you know what they say back in my country. Imperium może to postok się, koksnik.
Don't call me a cock snake.
But Omen will kind of briefly we've kind of squeeze your hand and say, hold on, I'm gonna make this more appropriate for you. 1955 or closer to 1947?
I have to look it up. I have to look it up. I need to know the exact year.
Okay.
Me opening Spotify like a fucking idiot instead of just typing in the fucking song. I'm a stupid. 1958.
Ooh, later. Okay. Hold on just a moment. And you'll see Omen like just glide through people. He passes you, Jackson, briefly, doesn't say anything, and goes to the DJ that's kind of, playing the different types of music and whatnot. It is kind of bizarre for you, Jackson, when this very modern, 1970s discotheque is playing, when something completely different plays.
Rah, rah, Rasputin.
I love you. I was just handed snacks and
more
a
drink.
And more drink.
More drink. Kaleb, do you want to kind of describe the song, because we can't play it due to copyright reasons?
Oh, definitely. It recently had a resurgence as a part of the trailer for WandaVision. It is Twilight Time by the Platters.
Okay. So, regardless, Jackson, this is very different, and it doesn't fit what your whole aesthetic is about. And you see Omen go from the DJ person to this, that's a kindred, and starts dancing in the center of this group, this swath of people, and the people kind of like, they give them a wide berth.
I could sing a little bit of it.
You could, if you want.
Let me look at the lyrics. Jeez. Okay, we're doing this. Heavenly shades of night are falling. It's twilight time. Out of the mist, your voice is calling. It's twilight time. When purple-colored curtains mark the end of day, I'll hear you, my dear, at twilight time.
Okay, we might get copyright. We might get copyright claim now. But so that happens, and every single mortal that is kind of like in the general proximity on the dance floor is taken by this, very much so. And it is this grand display. And I'd say probably in one of like the passes, as Omen kind of like spins about with Aleska, he kind of looks towards you, Jackson, and he goes,
Oh wow! Oh my god! Wow!
And kind of like motions for you to come over. What do you do, Jackson?
Is the song still playing?
Probably, unless you want to interrupt it.
It's like a 3-minute song.
Also, Fitz, Vanessa, BW. That's old school people songs. Why is this playing? And why is everyone digging it?
That's weird.
It's not that old. I was like 8 when that came out.
You child.
Yeah, he'll saunter over.
Fitz is like, this is weird.
Now's your cue. You'll hear from Omen as he kind of like does like a flourish and kind of like holds you out.
As he dips me.
Yeah, he dips you and spins you out.
Oh, you must be Jackson. Hello.
Must I? And who might you be?
Aleska Antonov, well, I was asked to come here by a friend.
A friend of ours or a friend of yours?
They are not mutually exclusive.
I mean, it could be.
At least while I am in the city.
I see. Well, you certainly know how to make an entrance.
I suppose I do. These people have not stopped staring at me.
Yes, they tend to do that when something odd and unsettling happens.
I wonder why they are not looking at anything else, then. Anyway.
Because I can do that too.
Oh, then why haven't you?
Because I don't need mind powers to draw attention.
Well, that is the thing about attention. Whether you want it or not, it is always there for you. And, well, I believe someone of your stature, and Alyssa kind of looks Jackson up and down slowly, need not try that hard.
With that, he gives a little bit of a smirk, and he will. How tall is Aleska?
5'8".
I mean, yeah, Jackson's like 5'11", and he's wearing like ridiculous lifts. So he'll kind of do like the not vulture-y, not like in a creepy way, but he'll sweep around the back and drape an arm, over your shoulder. And do like a pose, almost like a bow, like, oh, this was all part of it, right? Welcome everybody.
Alaska plays along.
Yeah.
Rather easily, actually.
Yeah.
And as this happens, I will say that the moment you guys started talking, and Jackson, if you look for Omen, Omen's gone. Back in the crowd, he must be.
Literally an omen.
What did you...
I need to figure out what this man is.
He's a snake.
I'm working on it. I have a laundry list.
But yes, I think as the song maybe ends, Jackson will give a very subtle like wave to the DJ to like hold off, like we're done for now. And in the kind of silence, Jackson will kind of lean close to Aleska just very briefly and says, sorry, but duty calls. Perhaps we'll meet up again later.
Oh, I am counting on it.
And he will strut around up to the stage. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Gilded Cage.
Alexa will go upstairs.
Nope. What? No. Why? Why would you do that?
It's a
it's-
VIP pass, though.
I think with that awe, I think they can do whatever they want.
Yeah. And I think, I mean, if were it to be an issue, which it is not, Jackson would like nod him through. But he gets up on the stage, which is probably maybe jarring for at least Darian. Maybe Omen was expecting it because this was not the plan. But
yeah, I imagine that Darian comes in after his smoke break and is like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Wait, we're starting?
Right. But I mean, when you see an opportunity, you must take it. To pretend like this was part of the fucking plan. He'll give the little welcoming speech, and fucking hopefully Omen and Darian show up on stage.
Yes, I think once you start...
Don't you dare embarrass me. This is my new life now.
God.
Once you start, Omen will kind of like come out in a flourish as if almost at like the right time. And then Darian will kind of come shortly after. I'm assuming you have at least 2 other band members. We don't know their names yet. We can
I think they're identical women wearing with the same haircut. No, they're randos for now.
Randos.
Chastity and Prudence.
I was doing like what's his fucking name? Robert Palmer.
Oh, okay.
That motherfucker.
Yeah.
But
Chastity and Serenity.
Serenity and serendipity. Anyway, yes.
Yes, there are other instruments involved.
Joy and faith.
Everyone will join you on the stage in the various states of dress that you would ask them to be, because they're not really showing themselves as a rock band right now. They're showing themselves as someone that does... Sorry, the cat is flinging a rubber band right in front of me and it's really distracting. But that fits a Disco-tek. So.
What the fuck is Darian wearing?
I don't know what you put Darian in, and I'm too afraid to ask.
No, okay, at the very least, the shirt needs to be open to show his very long chest.
The shirt's gone.
There's no shirt at all.
Or maybe it's a vest. Maybe it's just a coat.
Mm-hmm. Maybe it's a black sheer.
Maybe it's Maybelline. Who knows?
Right. Jackson wasn't too terribly precious with them. He figured, Darian is not going to fucking look grunge because it wasn't invented yet. So, haha. It's probably fine.
They all need to look lesser than Jackson, though. So,
which is easy.
Mm-hmm.
The higher the collar, the closer to Jesus.
Higher the collar, closer to God.
Okay, is there anything that you want to do discipline-wise while you're kind of having this opening
do a better
speech?
I was going to say, I mean, awe is a given. It's not going to be better, probably, but we'll see.
That was a very hard roll.
That was a good one.
That's a very hard roll to be. That's
I'm gonna do dread gaze.
Scare everyone out.
But
what did the gaze ever do to you?
Wow. I dread them. But anyway, awe is a given during the speech, and will continue through the performance. But I think also during the performance, because Cat's Grace is fucking free too. It helps with the strutting about the stage. It makes it effortless.
Sure. Let's go ahead and do to see how good your awe is.
Okay. Manipulation and presence.
So using Cat's Grace,
don't
you can
forget
add
to add your,
stilts,
don't forget
right?
to add your die.
Oh yeah, I get one die from beautiful. So it is manipulation plus discipline.
Yes.
What? Oh, I clicked the wrong one.
I was like, we roused and we passed.
Hey, I'm extra blushed tonight, boys. Hey.
Wow. Okay.
Okay.
If those 2 extra successes didn't happen, you would have matched. So you did good. You managed to.
But we can't win everything, can we?
No, we'll say that.
Yeah, you had the element of surprise on in your favor.
Yeah. Let's just say, perhaps, maybe when Aleska went upstairs, that the awe went with that, and that in the remaining downstairs, everyone kind of back to Jackson.
He
Like
is,
a power
he is
vacuum,
opalescent. Yes.
Yes, you are opalescent. You are iridescent, and everyone wants to touch you. But
You're
they're-
all the essence.
He's
I'm
sparkling.
evanescent.
your
He's
herbal
a
essence.
Bring you to life.
Oh my god, Kat, stop giving me this rubber band. I don't care. Like he's offering me a rubber band, but he's not letting me take it. He keeps smacking me every time I try to touch it.
That's what he
Fuck.
wants. He doesn't want you to have the rubber band. He wants you to fucking try.
Well,
And he wants to be there to beat you fucking down.
I got it. So
You can have the
Fling
rubber
it.
band
'Cause he looked away
as
like
a
a fool.
treat.
as a treat. Okay, so we'll say that you have this very large, you have this performance. Vanessa, you're stuck doing, bouncer duty, but you are
what I'm not paid to do. So
you are allowed to wander about the cabin, around the dance floor.
Sorry, what fucking room and board do you need? You going out to dinner?
I didn't ask for.
No, not on the keyboard, please, sir. You are allowed to wander about the nightclub if you so choose. Obviously, the security detail that you have will take care of things for you, Vanessa. But for Aleska,
It's not that late in the night to start preying on the passed out drunks. So.
yeah. So you can do whatever you want. Aleska, you go upstairs, and the first person that you see is the Baron's childer. VW, however she is positioned.
However, she's dressed like a hobo.
I hope she's dressed like
Yeah.
a normal person.
I'm
No.
always dressed like a normal
Her dirty feet are on the precious couches.
Well, she's overlooking the crowd and stuff like that, so she probably saw this grandiose entrance
With
that-
Omen.
Yes, with Omen.
Yeah,
then,
and
that
danced
one-
with Omen.
Actually,
I don't care though.
I will
Sure.
say, just for fun and because we're friends, Jackson will have bought her a nice outfit for the opening.
Oh.
Like, what's this for? I don't need this.
I don't need nice things. But what I would love for you,
Take it from me, dear. You'll wear it.
you'll wear it, or you won't be allowed inside.
If you ever cared about
But does it have shoes?
I would love for
Yes.
you.
Yes.
Yes, it has. You must wear shoes.
They're open-toed. They're classy.
I don't want to wear them.
Okay, before this grand entrance happened, VW, roll for me a wits and awareness.
Oh, what's it? like?
Wages.
Wits and awareness.
We're fucking mad.
You see the stagehand fall from
Oh.
the ceiling, a noose around his neck.
I will say.
Hey, hold on. Rolling 0d10 for the wits.
That's because
VW doesn't
VW
have-
Oh, because they
hungry.
fucking stole all the...
The hunger dice stole all the regular dice because VW's so hungry.
I will say, however, VW, in the initial entrance of Aleska before they joined Omen, you did see that brief interaction with Darian. Before Darian left and then eventually came back after their smoke break.
I probably could. No! I could hear what they were saying if I did my thing. Wait a minute.
Did you not use heightened? Do you have heightened senses? That would have hurt you based on how
It probably
loud.
would. It probably would.
Yeah, that would have
Probably
hurt
should
you
not have
based on
done
how loud it is in here right now.
Aleska's still wearing the shawl. It's just really warm in here, and I've been drinking.
I got excited and then I got sad.
So,
Just
Well-
one person screams and then your ear starts bleeding. You know.
Well,
and I will remind you,
The bartender whispers to her and she goes, "Shut the fuck up!"
I will remind you, or actually,
Oh my god, Kathy, no one cares.
Kaleb, do you need reminding on which mark VW is, or do you remember?
Marked for death.
She's
Please
Markiplier.
remind me, because I've been drinking.
Mark the maiden of the night who weeps upon the Lord of the day.
She's Mark the Herald Angels Sing.
I fucking hate it here.
Fitz is Mark Cuban.
Mark Consuelos.
And Vanessa is Marky Mark because she's got the funky bunch.
Oh my gosh.
No.
I was gonna ask who's Mark Ruffalo, but okay.
No. You don't want to be Mark Wahlberg. Mark Wahlberg's a piece of shit.
Yeah.
He is though.
He is. So
Anyway.
you initially see VW, and then if you look further into the space, which there are some people in the VIP section now, you do see, you almost do a double take. You, for a second, you think that you see Lysander, but then you realize that you don't see Lysander. You see someone who looks older than Lysander.
I don't
The
trust
smile
Alaska
fades.
at all.
Just for a moment before. And Alaska will walk towards Louis Childer.
Fitz, what are you doing right now?
If I don't look, then it's not happening, right?
Oh my god.
And this is why we're going over tonight, guys.
If I don't look, it's not happening.
If I don't look, he can't hurt me.
Cannot.
If I can't see him, he can't see me.
Yeah, pretty much. So like that's Fitz's gaze is directed to right at the dance floor, watching people dance.
In the VIP section.
Then you would have seen me.
Yeah, no. I mean, yes, but then now you're coming towards me. I'm aware of this now, so now I'm looking away.
I think Alaska will stand, like, respectfully beside this Childer.
Would you like remembrance on what Mark Fitz is?
Yes,
Or
please.
Cuban.
Mark
Consuelos.
Mark the sons of God who were split.
This prophecy is really upsetting because it's so on the nose and I need it to stop.
And said just so that I think Alessa's gonna drop the awe at this point.
Okay.
Aw.
and just so that only Fitz can hear. I mistook you for someone else, it seems.
Well, good thing we don't know each other.
I know those around you. And if I'm correct, that means we are technically cousins.
No. No, I don't think so.
So you don't know Louis. And if Fitz looks up, Alaska's just smiling.
Not as well as I thought I did.
Oh, you better be careful. That blood mine is gonna pull on you.
I know, that's why I'm very careful.
Yes, it seems that I share a similar opinion. But where are my manners? Alaska Antonov.
I was about to raise. Fitz was gonna say on the dance floor. Fitzgerald.
It is lovely to meet you, Fitzgerald.
Is it?
I believe that it is.
I don't think I've had many experiences meeting kindred and having a good time.
That is a bit of our nature, isn't it? Monsters in the clothing of kind.
I just realized I wasn't playing the music the whole goddamn time.
It's okay, I got Earth, Wind, and Fire in my ears.
But I want to play it.
I'm not a monster.
Of course not. My apologies if I misspoke. Oh, this ruined the mood.
Oh, did it? I'm sorry.
Yeah. No. Don't worry about it.
What do you want?
To meet you, know you. After all, in some eyes, we are cut from the same cloth, as it were.
I don't know what that means.
Let us see. How can I put this?
Why don't you try and speak plainly?
Because he's more of a Malkavian than you.
I'm sorry. Here, wait. I'll play something more appropriate.
Oh my god, that just like really took me out. Just woo!
Yep.
My whole soul
Yep.
was rising. Just like
Goodbye.
goodbye.
I'm sorry. I'll play Counten's theme again. It's more fitting.
You are a child of Malkav, yes?
To be honest, I don't know what that means.
I see. So you are newer then. Then I would assume that the who that brought you into this hasn't explained everything.
I don't think that he has any reason to explain anything to me.
Well, isn't that fortuitous? Because I do.
And what, pray tell, are you going to clear things up for me? What are you going to say?
May we find a more private spot?
No one's listening. They're in awe of him.
Some are. Most are, maybe. But that does not mean we cannot keep our guard up.
VW, are you listening?
Well, I would be, but Aleska specifically said, like, quiet enough so only Fitz can hear, so I don't...
And if you use heightened senses, you're deafened.
Yeah, so, like...
But you can still kind of like...
Well, if they get up and start going somewhere, that's gonna catch VW's attention, but, like, for now...
Fine, we'll go. We'll go somewhere.
To the extra VIP section that's on the 3rd floor.
There's so many VIP sections.
This is like a really big like warehouse space, so it can go up pretty.
It's like Gold Members Roller Club
Yeah.
levels.
Darling, are you the deluxe elite meet and greet package? Okay, gold. Back of the line. Thank you. I want to find a quiet spot where there are no kindred or kind listening in.
Okay. That might be, and Fitz, you would know this, that might be closer down to where you sleep. In fact, the green room,
The green room, yeah.
The green room is not being used because the band is performing right now.
Come with me. Downstairs.
I'll follow your lead.
First time for everything.
Okay. Go down the spiral stairs. You pass the VW. VW, you see this pretty easily. What are you doing?
I don't know what I'm doing. Oh my god.
Aren't you
It
curious?
can't have any more secret information. Just follow.
Yeah, Fitz has
To be fair, Count told you to watch out for me.
Yeah. Fitz, did you make a new friend?
I don't make friends. I say as I pass by.
Don't make friends. I fuck them.
I'm a fucking friend destroyer.
All right.
If you don't follow this boy, I'm gonna fucking disown you.
says Jackson Preen.
Like, they stopped their performance just to say that. Like, super close to the mic.
And that's a lyric that I work in.
Yeah.
We're talking about fans, yeah.
Well, if it's not a friend, would you like some company?
No.
All right.
Three's a crowd.
Do not worry. I'll have a conversation with you after.
Are you sure? I don't. That was very ominous. I don't like that.
Do what you want, VW. You always do.
This is as they're going down the stairs. She's just shouting over, "Do what you want."
And yeah, you guys can find somewhere private to speak. Whether or not VW tries to listen in, that's up to her. If not, the band's still performing. Vanessa is still nearby the entrance.
I do what I want a lot. I was told to keep an eye on Fitz, and I don't know who this creepy, attractive man is.
A little angel and devil appear on your shoulder.
Wait.
I could be an angel or a devil.
I could post.
What are you posting?
A picture. I could post a picture of Aleska in the.
I know what he looks like.
Okay.
I knew it.
He's still creepy. I don't know him.
I will say, VW, as a Tremere of your standing and your pedigree, I shall say, you get a kind of like a weird feeling in your stomach or your chest that kind of says, hey, they're less than you. Why would you listen? As the beast kind of recedes into the back of your mind.
Fair enough.
What?
Fair enough.
Remember, VW hasn't like ignored their beast yet.
Ever.
Sorry, I had to look at Aleska's generation real quick.
I think she'll hesitate for a minute, and then she's like, it's not like I'm doing anything else very much productive. And she will follow a little ways behind, like a creep.
Okay.
Like a creep.
Is there a faucet in this green room?
I'm
Or
what's in the green room,
maybe
Michael?
no.
Nothing.
Fucking bitches, man.
The herd? Is the herd there?
No. They're on the fucking floor screaming.
Okay.
Probably some nice couches.
Yes, there's probably some nice couches, some vanities made of wood.
Not plastic?
No, that shit would never hold up. Yeah, a fucking sink.
Okay.
There's a mini bar. Congrats.
So, yeah, there's a mini bar.
Sure. So that's what you see, Aleska.
And the mini bartender. Who's just a little dude with a rag. How's it going, folks? Anything? He's a gnome.
Is there? I was gonna say, is there seriously?
No, there's not.
No.
But now I
I
can't
will
stop
politely
thinking
ask
about a
him.
mini bar with a mini bartender.
No, the little person is Benji.
Yeah, and Benji's
I didn't
doing
say
his
little
job.
person. I said gnome. That was the leprechaun that I had Jem go get for me.
So if there,
Yeah, Fitz
Right,
is
sorry.
once Fitz gets into the space, he's just going to sit down and avoid looking at anything.
Aleska is going to lock the door, not lock the door, but close the door behind them, and then go to the sink and turn on the faucet.
You gonna commune with the spirits like that? Like,
No, this is like on a first date when you don't want them to know you're shitting. You turn on the shower.
Aleska's been around long enough to know that prying ears will try.
Yeah,
And also,
yeah.
running water is acid to vampires.
No. I hate it here. I hate it here.
Oh my
I
god.
hate it.
Okay, so it's 7:41. Let's get to these scenes.
no, it's
7:41.
Not.
It's 10:41.
It's
It's 9:41 for
8:41
me.
when we in the place where we don't believe in time change.
Aleska will sit beside respectfully a nice little. Hey, there's some space between Aleska and Fitz. Is there anything pressing on your mind before I just wantonly start speaking?
There's nothing important going on in my mind right now.
I sincerely doubt that, but you are new, so let us see. You are a child of Malkav. Malkavian, as most call us. The mad seers, the jesters, the crazy ones.
I'm neither crazy nor a joke.
A seer, then.
I don't see things.
That's a lie, Fitz.
Sure.
May I make a wits insight?
Wits and Ragers.
Sure, do a wits and insight.
Okay, I really
Fitz, are you trying to hide things?
It poorly, but I'll roll a subterfuge.
Composure and subterfuge, please.
Wits insight, okay. No modifier, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
You guys even out. Alaska, do you want to spend willpower to reroll?
I will.
Okay.
Yeah.
Reroll.
And that's just willpower reroll?
Yeah.
And then it indicates how many dice you roll.
Mm-hmm.
So 3 then.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Okay, so that takes it over. It gets you 3 total. And Fitz, what are you hiding in terms when you say you don't see things?
I'm a completely normal and rational human being that doesn't.
That sees your brother in every shard of glass. Yes.
Yeah, I just straight up, he doesn't see the things that he's implying that Fitz might see. Visions.
Yeah, I mean, the thing with seeing his brother, it's, they look very similar, and Fitz's eyesight ain't so good.
That's why he wears glasses.
We're not going to talk about the giant white snake that tried to eat Fitz.
Yeah, no, that's part of it. It's just like, no, I don't see things. Thank you very much.
We're like 10 years too early for Whitesnake.
It is alright to admit it. You are within company that understands.
No, you don't understand. My mind is my greatest asset. It's the only thing I have.
No doubt. And that may prove untrue in the future.
To imply that I am addled in some way.
I never said adult. Others consider us mad, jesters, seers. We are gifted with sight beyond what many kindred are gifted with. That has earned us so much disdain, but it has also earned us respect.
I don't feel very respected.
With your sire, I could possibly imagine how you might feel.
You said you know him.
I do.
And you thought I was somebody else.
I did.
There's only one person that looks like me.
Yes, I would imagine. Your sire, well, he has a habit of collecting mirrors, as I call it.
In more ways than one.
I could tell you about them, what I know of those who came before you.
Yeah, his first choice and his second choice.
I suppose so. But only if you're willing to listen to me.
It's not like I have anything better to do with my time. I have all the time in the world.
And it's at this moment you kind of see the age on Alaska's countenance. You see the weariness, the exhaustion, the struggle. And he just says, I used to think that at one time. But I am not here to lecture you.
Why are you here?
Curiosity.
It's not a very good reason.
It is when you're looking for cousins in the city.
We're not cousins.
Technically, by the blood, we are. Any Malkavian that is not sire to you could be considered. Cousin is just a term.
I'm not like you people.
No, I suppose you're not. But that does not mean you are not one of us. It just means that you, in your sight, manifests differently than mine, or Louis, or I would assume even Lysander's. Or even Alex.
You know, he said that he picked me for a reason.
Oh, I assume he did. And he has his reasons.
Why did he pick
Just
the
like-
others?
Because he had his reasons with those two, I would assume.
It's more than just collecting mirrors.
Well, let us see then.
Why?
The first I knew. Just gonna double check the name real quick. It's Alark, right?
Alark.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. My goodness.
Alucard.
Oh, I love it.
The first I knew. Alark. I did not know very well. Louis seemed happy with him, but well, I assume what afflicts us is different than what afflicts most kindred, and he is no more, is all I will say. I believe that it broke your sire, as it broke some of us around them. It reminded us that we do not have infinite time. But then your sire found another. I would assume
He didn't.
Lysander.
He didn't find him. He stole him.
And then he disappeared. Am I correct?
If he didn't disappear, I would have never been chosen.
And yet you also would not have known what had happened.
I could have found out.
Could you? Even as anarchs, those who balk at the rules of the Camarilla, we do have to maintain some secrecy. If you were still human, do you truly believe you would have ever found out?
Considering who is my family, Maybe I could have.
But now here you are.
What's the point of this?
I'm informing you. Telling you things that your sire would never. Because frankly... Well, I have my opinions of Louis.
The only thing I want to know is why. He said he changed me for a reason. I asked him why. I asked him why he chose my brother, and I asked him if my family had anything to do with it, and he did not answer me.
Aleska, based on what you have read and what you found out recently, you know why Louis did what he did.
I do. But I will not tell him. Because the knowledge of a prophecy is much more burden than it is boon.
I know that this is probably not going to be very kosher considering that this is PC versus PC, but can I hurt this person?
You can certainly try.
I mean, that's exactly what Fitz wants to do.
Okay, how so?
Well, because...
Our wife, Fitz is broken in half.
Well, he says he knows, and he's not telling him, and that's upsetting him.
Okay, so are you about to listen to the beast that's basically telling you to go apeshit right now?
I didn't even know he was talking, but yes.
Okay. All right. This is gonna be like a contest.
Okay.
I'm gonna lose it. I know I'm gonna lose it, but I think that's what Fitz would want to do.
Sure. What are you trying to use a discipline?
I don't have any disciplines that I can use to actually help me in this situation. Like, legit, I don't have any disciplines.
Okay.
I have defensive disciplines. I do not have offensive disciplines.
Okay, we'll just say for imagery's sake, maybe one of those vanities is movable. If you want to try to throw a mirror at somebody or try to break glass on someone.
We're sitting on the couch, what?
Class him. Class him.
Blast him and then stare into the shards and have a panic
I'm
attack.
sure that there's mirrors all over this place, which is also probably making you very uncomfortable.
I mean, I am very uncomfortable. Always. In my skin.
I was gonna say, is that from what anything that's happening, or is that just baseline?
That's
This is
baseline what
baseline.
Fitz is. Fitz is always uncomfortable in his own skin.
So if you were gonna try to hurt Aleska with said makeshift weapon, this is gonna be literally like it's not brawl because it's not unarmed, so this is a melee and a strength or dexterity, whichever is better for you.
I mean,
Versus whatever Aleska's gonna fuck you with. Wow!
Can't wait to hear that from outside. Oh, Jesus.
Oh my god, that's a messy critical too. That's a messy critical. So that is
Okay.
6 successes on a messy critical.
Yeah, so Fitz is gonna be like, "You're not going to tell me. You're not going to tell me."
Is this gonna put this man into his clan compulsion again?
Could I, as soon as Aleska sees Fitz going for the mirror, could I potentially just, Aleska just take a hand to the throat, slam Fitz into the mirror, look straight in the eyes, and use compel?
Okay. I want you to roll at least one successful physical attack to kind of at least touch him, because Fitz rolled really well. Fitz rolled,
Okay.
and I will say, while this
Alright.
is happening, Aleska, for a brief moment, you don't see Fitzgerald, you see Lysander.
Okay, what do I need to roll?
This is a defensive roll, so I'm gonna say this is some sort of athletics and dexterity or strength.
Sorry.
I know you're not very physically inclined.
Sorry, you just told me you weren't gonna give me the answer that I want, so...
And Jesse rolled immaculately well.
Yeah, patience is not a Malkavian's trait, and that's fine. Okay. So, Dex Athletics, I guess?
Do it. Just
Do it.
Do it.
Cool.
I just want you to get at least one success to see if you can even touch Fitz.
What's the worst that's gonna happen? I'm not gonna kill you.
Okay, so
That's a botch.
well,
I will spend willpower.
I'm
To
gonna
re-roll
stop. I'm
one
gonna
dice.
stop this nice happy music now.
To re-roll one dice.
I mean, I just need one success from Aleska.
Yeah, I mean, why not? Reroll one dice.
Oh no, I need to reload roll 20 because it fucked me.
Why not?
Do it, do it, do it.
Do it.
One success.
Okay, so you got at least one success. So I will allow you to be able to at least touch Fitz. Not necessarily stop him as he's getting the glass, but then I will allow for compel.
I think so. Aleska's just going to take Fitz by the chin and just look into his eyes. Okay, so compel is okay. Oh boy. I didn't want to do this.
How could
You're still gonna take damage after this, by the way, but you're basically gonna get the compel to happen.
And then I'm gonna go crazy. Then I'm gonna go.
Like I said, you break the mirror and then you see your brother have a panic attack.
Ooh. Okay, now I have a choice here.
Okay.
Do it, do it, do it. Just do the worst. Assert your dominance in the worst way.
Then I would go demontation because we've had a simple conversation.
Yeah, do demontation all over again.
With the demon, stop with it! Stop! I hate it.
Because if this young Malkavian is going to try and hurt me after what I've survived.
Mm-hmm.
Because he's not getting what he wants, even though Aleska would tell him most of it and has told him more than Louis has.
He's acting like Lysander.
Oh no, that hurts too much. It's gonna go demontation.
Okay.
Hard to be better than Louis though is like on the floor. Like it's not hard. The bar's on the floor.
So it is manipulation plus dominate.
Yeah, Aleska tripped over it.
And no, I don't think I have any modifiers.
No.
Okay.
Okay. And what does Jesse have to roll to resist?
Composure and intelligence.
Okay.
Fitz has those in spades.
Those are some of my best rolls here, so.
15 successes.
No, it's only 2. All
You
right.
want to re-roll 3 of those?
No, we'll let it happen. We'll let it happen.
Okay, so how I kind of see this happening, right? You touch Fitz, but you don't stop Fitz from grabbing the vanity and literally crashing it over you.
Okay.
You're gonna take, how many successes did Jesse get again? Jesse got, that was like what, 6 successes?
6 was
Yeah,
the number.
6 successes. So you're gonna take. You're gonna take a lot of it's superficial damage, but I think that's 5 superficial damage if I remember correctly.
16 damage.
As glass just shatters all around you, and you pop what was Fitz's nightmare in Paris. What do you want to have happen?
Are you asking whom?
I'm asking Aleska here.
I want Because I think Alaska, even after the glass, still wants to help his cousin.
He's trying to open his third eye.
Well, you know, that's what demontation do.
I think Alaska wants Fitz to face the fact that he is a Malkavian. And it's just like, this is not something you need to run from. This is not something you need to hide from. This is not something you need to deny. If you're going to really try and find your brother and whoever you want to find, you need to face this.
Face the cobweb.
And deal with this.
Okay. So you kind of want to open Fitz to actually listening to the cobweb.
Yes.
Okay. Fitz, you crash the glass down, you think that, hey, maybe I did it, and I proved myself. And then,
Alaska rises snarling.
but instead of saying anything from Alaska, you start hearing voices. You start hearing threads of conversation.
Hello?
Things that don't make sense in the context of the conversation that's happening right now. In fact, you hear people who talk about copper and silver pieces thousands of years ago. You hear people agonizing over television signals in the now time. You hear babies screaming. You hear dogs that are in pain and shrieking. You hear gunfire. You hear...
This is the worst.
You hear a lot of things, and in everything that you hear, in this static of noise, you hear, I wish he was here, from your brother, before he's drowned out by everything else.
Alaska's just going to slowly walk towards Fitz as this is happening, and just as calmly as he can, even though he is pissed that a vanity was shattered upon him.
It's okay, you got sparkles in your hair now.
This is not something you can run from. This is not something you need deny. I do not know your past, but I do know your future if you continue down this path. You'll be nothing more than a broken boy like Elark was, walking into the sun because you cannot handle it anymore. This is something. And then Alaska will just pick Fitz up so that Fitz is, and hold Fitz's face so he is staring right into Alaska's eyes.
Yeah, I'm not looking. I mean, that's not happening.
I don't care.
It's like you're like kind of like staring through him, I feel.
Yeah, I mean, Fitz was ready to just kind of start pulling away and start, looking at the glass and looking away from the glass, and probably was about ready to collapse in on himself. Oh, Kitty is on my lap now.
Aww.
And he was gonna probably start screaming had Alaska not grabbed him or started trying to get him to focus. And,
Voices that you hear. The sounds, the screams, the pain, the joy, everything I've heard before. But that does not mean if your brother is still out there, you cannot track him through it. This is something you need to focus on. Because if you do not, then you have no hope whatsoever of ever reuniting whatever paltry idea of a family you had. Do not run from this, Fitzgerald. You cannot continue running anymore.
And I think as this is...
Alaska's gonna let go?
Yeah, you drop Fitz into the glass. Ouchie, your pantalones.
knees hurt.
Your knees hurt. It's fine. You take 1 superficial damage. VW, it doesn't matter with the water running. You kind of heard a lot of that last bit, and you're about to kind of like, you're worried like, is Fitz okay? and you're about to go and grab the door, and then roll for me what's an awareness.
Wits and wages.
Wait, wits and wages?
Wits and ways.
Wits and wages?
Ghosty goo ruining your plans.
You hear something crackle above you.
Fucking hell.
And
It's the electric.
your head snaps up. And for the briefest moment, you see a small child hanging from the lights, literally hanging like monkey bars.
Oh.
And the child goes and the light explodes in fire.
Don't love that.
Like it's on fire or like...
No, you're looking at fire. You roll fear.
In fire. Unless you guys want to go on longer, this is probably a good stopping point. Michael, I know that you have work.
I think it's a great thematic stopping point.
Okay, so we can do that there, and that there. I think, Kaleb, if you want to maybe record a scene that we can use for next session, we could do that.
Okay.
But I feel like Aleska probably would make an exit after this, especially when the building starts going on fire.
No, it's not gonna go on fire.
Thanks,
It's
VW.
fine.
Thanks for telling me in time to fix this issue.
I think Aleska would try his best to get Fitz out.
Okay.
Because Fitz is his cousin.
Okay. Even though Fitz is angry right now.
I don't know.
And in the crowd, he would leave Fitz as he just disappears into the night.
Okay.
This friendly mission now made worse.
Now made worse.
Wow,
It's okay.
Yeah.
Malkavians sometimes make things better, and sometimes Malkavians make things worse. It's okay.
This is great because we can blame the fire on the fucking weirdo who showed up.
No, not when VW saw a small ghost child. But
VW doesn't know what she saw.
just a small child.
I know I saw someone being mean to Fitz, and I'm not gonna stand for
Well,
that.
you didn't see it. You kind of.
I heard it, and Fitz is gonna be upset.
You heard a glass shatter.
How else is Aleska gonna leave the room?
Very
Through
easy.
the ducts.
No, Aleska's gonna. Once VW gets distracted by the fire, I'm sure Aleska will take Fitz
Is
out.
Aleska the kind the kind of vampire who can turn into a cloud of mist at will?
No, but they do enjoy disappearing into crowds.
Just like
Can't wait for Fitz to ignore this trauma as well and not talk about it with anyone.
Can't wait for Jackson to get off stage thinking that we had a successful moment. And meanwhile,
There's the faucet. I will deal with the fire. I got it.
and the electricity.
An electrical fire, right?
There's a faucet.
Right, throwing water on electrical fire?
I will not ruin your opening night. I will fix it.
There's a faucet, and that'll make everything okay. Cool.
Anyway, everyone, thank you
Is there a bucket?
Thank you for.
Is the faucet full of holy water to expunge the spirit?
No. We're gonna address this next time, guys. Unless we want to deal with it now.
This is not at all what I hoped that tonight would be, but hey.
It's okay. Fitzgerald is a very Fitz is a character. We can talk about it afterwards.
This
but anyway,
is perfectly reasonable.
this was Vampire at the Disco. Thank you for everybody who came and visited us. Do not worry about that that positive interference. I am keeping that in mind for next time. So be sure to check us out for that.
Maybe fire related.
It'll be something related. We'll see.
It's fine. I went through a burning building. I'm desensitized.
It's not our burning building. This is my burning building.
No, it's Hana's burning building.
I won't let
Even
it
more
burn.
reason.
It's a small containable fire right now. I've got it. I've got it.
It's gonna be small, containable until you throw water.
I was
on
hoping to
electrical
have
fire.
a nice conversation with my cousin, not at all show up Jackson, but I did have a conversation with everybody. But no, things happened.
Caleb's characters keep finding a way to deliberately one-up my characters specifically.
Oh, do I? Oh no.
No, it's fine. But yeah, thank you for everybody who came and watched the show. Let's go ahead and do the round table and sign off. We'll start off with our guest. Thank you for joining.
Hello, my name is.
Well, I thought I was going to be here next week, but hi, my name is Michael.
Hi, my name is Andromeda. Hi, hello, my name is Kaleb Wade of Kindred Presents and Gilded Phoenix. You can usually find me every Sunday playing Shadow's Embrace, or almost every Sunday, playing Shadow's Embrace, our Vampire the Masquerade 5e game, where I play River Marlowe, our Toreador, and Quiet Season 2, our Things from the Flood game, where I play Vincent by Temple, our Seeker. I might as well do promo for it now. Coming up on Fridays soon.
Scion?
For Gilded Phoenix. I'm never going to live that down.
I didn't make the joke this time.
I am going to be running a game, and it shall be sufficiently spooky and ooky. And that will be starting in probably late November, early December or so. So that'd be interesting. I've got a really great cast, and our first session zero, our session zero is on Friday the 13th in November. So that should be good. You can find me at Kaleb Isbelak. That is KALEBISBELAK on Twitter, and you can find my YouTube stuff at Kindred Presents on YouTube.
Awesome. Everyone definitely check out Kaleb's new game. Are you going to stream the Session Zero, or are you going to...
I have not brought it up to my players yet. I was not thinking about it, but if there's potential